Apparently.
Eloquent adventurers from the southwest of England, here to entertain. We're on episode 18 of the Star Engine, a weekly episodical Dungeons & Dragons 5e homebrew campaign.
So much fail.
Here we go.
Pink lemonade?
Mom!
I don't know if
we're back in the room.
We found that
We're back in the room.
We're live. Oh, hello.
We're going to go to a Dragoony Doodle.
Dragoony Doodle. And here we go, this is our entry for this week. This is by @Mrs. Pumpkin's Art Caconi. So thank you very, very much. This is an absolutely lovely picture of my favourite of all the characters, Nolus. Looking absolutely adorable. So thank you very much.
Sexy boy.
Sexy Nolus. I do love the anime style. It's very cool. The flowing hair is really cool. His hair obviously flows no matter what, whether it is in water or not. So that's very, very cool.
It's hummus.
Yeah. So
Thank you
very much.
She's actually coloured him in.
Really?
Actually, I haven't seen that one.
Oh wow, I
haven't seen that one. We'll have to see that next time round.
Show us.
Okay. So, thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
for
keep
that.
it coming.
Caconi. That's the second piece of art you've done for us.
Yeah.
And we very much appreciate that.
Really nice.
I can't say too much. However, we're not die rolling won't be around next week because I'm quite selfishly vacationing in other parts of the world. I know.
A personal
Paddy.
life. A personal life.
I know.
Frankly, I'm disgusted.
Yeah. So next week we won't be broadcasting. However, the week following that we will be, and I won't say anything yet. But something's going to happen.
Topless.
Potentially.
Roll initiative.
So, the week following this one, hopefully, we'll have some very big news. Because some stuff has been happening in the background.
What is it?
Can't say yet.
What's happening?
It is also Carl's birthday today.
Hey! Carl.
Has to drink the dragon soup.
Oh yeah, try some.
Oh
yeah, dragon soup.
Try it.
I haven't even read it because it just says caffeine really.
Read the top.
8%. $2.99.
This is his birthday present from Stu.
I left it away from the table.
I was generous. I didn't buy the really bad one.
It's sour apple.
Sour apple.
Sounds really bad.
Energy drink with 8% alcohol.
That sounds fine.
It's going to be fine.
Sounds like you need to go fishing with 4 cans of those.
He didn't open his lips.
I'd imagine
the
flavour is generally just synthetic.
Is it
kind of
awful?
powdery, yeah.
It's chemical.
Yeah.
And
Got to try.
Pass it around.
You trying?
No.
No?
10 party glugs.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
Who is doing our collaboration this week? Because I believe Claire is having a rest this time, right?
I am doing the collaboration.
Looking for the heart,
That's not right.
Unfortunately,
Collaboration.
Oh
yeah, it's a funny
the malaboration?
Molaboration.
Nice.
Unfortunately, my plans went to pieces, and I didn't manage to do the planned review of last week's episode. So, the immediate collaboration will have to start with somebody reminding me how it started last week. Anybody?
Sorry, I just drank some of the dragon.
It's pretty revolting. It's very dusty. It tastes like you licked a carpet. I imagine if I licked a carpet, there would be a flavour.
That's the better of the two. The other one,
Really?
The other one
You've
actually
sampled a few of these.
there's two different flavours. The other one, it actually makes you bend over. It's that bad.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's an experience.
Happy birthday.
Well, I'm just gonna bend over this way to compensate.
Malcolm, please.
Sorry.
Yes,
Collaboration.
I will need somebody
Malcolm
to...
couldn't sleep.
Yeah, we started off in the
Malcolm
inn
couldn't
after
sleep, right?
Nolus has
Yes.
cured
Yes.
some diseased
That'll
babies.
be the dragon soup. That's what
That
I'll
might be
do.
that.
Yeah.
It might be the energy of the drink.
Yeah.
Yes. Malcolm couldn't sleep, and so we went out.
The rest of us slept up, didn't we? And then you
Can't use
were
that.
outside taking in the night air.
Yes.
Eventually, because you gave up sleeping. And
Yes,
we
I
all
did.
went for a little nighttime walk.
Do it into me.
And encountered the Red Ronk Swampy, I believe.
Frog Swampy.
No, I'm not doing very well here.
Come on, Stu, you're doing great. You're doing bloody great.
This is what happens when you have absolutely no notes. For it.
Yeah.
Help him out, guys. Help
I
him.
believe at this point, Thorny tried to speak
Yeah.
with the red Ronk
did,
Swampy, which
yes.
I've never been able to say.
Yeah.
Ronk.
Couldn't charm it. I can't charm anything. I'm so shit at charming.
Was it a natural 20? There's a lot of natural 20s,
But
wasn't
There was a
there?
lot of
I
There
did
was a lot.
try
Advice
and
on going.
climb it.
Which you successfully did.
I successfully
And-
20'd it
And marched it onwards.
onwards. You know
Towards-
where I was going at this point.
Heading in a
farm.
random direction at the time towards the edge of town.
It was at this point
Yeah, what happened?
Nolus used his animal handling
Oh yeah, I can.
and summoned all of the gambles.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
and-
forgot about that. You can.
yes. Convince them to leave town.
Yeah, I can speak to creatures that swim and spoke to gambles and managed to roll a very high. We've got a crazy fly in the room. That's why people are flying around.
Get off the food.
What does it sound like when you talk to them?
Is
something like
is that your freshwater or your
Yeah, it's
mum?
like the subtle differences between the two.
I think that's my favourite part of this whole campaign is whenever you talk to sea
Talk to
creatures.
fish.
Yeah. Like the one that was just like, oh, the wheel's that way.
Yeah. You're right there, champion. Yeah, so then all the gambles left. So we successfully ruined the trade infrastructure of a small...
Yes.
You run after some
complete
gambles as
city,
well.
Completely wiped
Wow.
You
out.
run to the edge of
I
town.
followed them, yeah.
Yeah.
Marched away, popped a couple wheelies.
Oh yeah. Forgot about popping a wee.
So we, after some discussion.
Oh.
Hello.
We've got a follower.
A new follower. Oh, thank you.
I
Can you
cannot
read
read that. I'm sorry. Please make yourself known. It'd be lovely to find out who you are.
Thank you very much for the follow.
Whoever you are, thank you.
It's all in sparkly gold writing, which is not
You
good
just
for
get better at
dyslexia.
seeing. Sweet.
Especially
Better at what?
Better at seeing.
Better at seeing, yeah,
You're
that's
getting
true.
some user feedback on your typography choice there, Jack.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
need-
hard to read.
Well, if more people subscribe, then we can afford a bigger monitor. So
Yeah, that's true.
and then we
That's
can
true.
actually see.
You can actually see what you were doing.
Sternabic.
Sternabic. Thank you, Sternabic.
I read
Sternabic.
that slightly wrong, which is why I didn't want to say that that's what it was, because my version was offensive.
Yes.
So, just point out that. But thank you very much. That's lovely.
So we headed over back to the house of
A-Fest.
Fest.
There was
Yeah.
a Legend of Zelda
Round him
situation.
up.
Yes, there was. Yes, he wasn't very happy when you and
Oh, me and Zolan.
Again, the order
Zolan
mixed up
popped
in my
over, popped open one of the
you wanted
crates.
to investigate.
There
the,
were- yeah,
you
we
were-
haven't.
you
We need
were
to
curious
investigate.
as to the whether or not anything had been actually stolen.
I just wanted to check the shipments. I was expecting there to at least be like a mafia ring with weaponry and all sorts in these gamba legs or explosives, drugs, something. I was really
And
disappointed that there was nothing.
There was gamba legs.
There was gamba legs, yeah. In the
And-
boxes labelled gamba legs.
And while you were rooting around, the owner of the farm discovered you and was
Very
distinctly unimpressed.
Summon the boys.
And the boys. The noise you might be hearing in the background is actually a helicopter flying overhead, which I can only assume they've come to arrest us for possessing dragon soup.
You might have to flick the window a second there. I know,
Oh,
I know
no,
it's
it's
roasting.
It's horrible.
God,
Very warm.
I'm already
Very warm.
pouring with sweat as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm alright. I'm always the last half an hour when I start to feel the heat.
Can't
I'm
work
good
under
otherwise.
these conditions. Yeah.
We made the joke.
We also need more subscription money so we can afford some air
Yes,
conditioning.
air conditioning would be lovely.
Or at least some people to stand in the corner and wave big boards at us.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Wouldn't it?
We made the joke before the stream that if they were using a thermal camera on this area, it looked like we were growing a lot of marijuana. So it'd make a very good drug bust to kind of bust in and realise we're all sat here playing Dungeons and Dragons. You'll see. That might happen.
Great. Anyway, back to
The
no elaboration.
Yes, so there was almost a confrontation with the owner of the farm.
Very close.
Very close to, but thankfully it didn't involve any bloodshed.
No.
Not for the want of trying.
Mm.
And so then we headed towards the house of the woman with the
mask.
porcelain mask.
Oh, was she?
She in the monkey butt.
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
It's in the book. Tessa. Yeah, Tessa.
Oh,
That's
thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Little bits.
If anybody would know. And knocked on the door for it to be answered by a somewhat angry galosh salesman.
Galak.
Galak
Galak.
galosh
From
salesman.
Galak's galoshes.
Which was something of a surprise because we were expecting rebels and anything but the man selling galoshes.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
Well, you made it very clear he wasn't selling any galoshes.
well, no, not that point, no. He wasn't particularly pleased to see us in the middle of the night,
No.
and he was even less pleased when we essentially forced our way into his house. But we did manage to get him on side, or at least convince him that we were on his side. Agreeing to aid his rebellion, he informed us that that it was already quite well in process.
Yeah.
In fact, that he'd already poisoned all the authorities in the town.
Yeah.
And was going to be leading I'm not sure if you can call it a bloodless coup if they're all dying of poison, but at least there won't be any actual blood. And this was all already in motion. The poisoning of the town's officials being a direct cause of the illness that afflicted the children of the house that Nollis had to cure previously.
Yeah.
We then agreed that we would assist in this takeover in whatever way was necessary and returned to the inn
Yeah.
To the end.
where
Got drunk.
there was
Yeah, you did.
there was another thing that happened. No. While this was all going on,
Yeah.
the Red Rum Swampy
Swampy.
was aided in escaping the town.
Yeah.
Thorny had a sudden
Thorinir
thought
had
flash.
turned into a giant badger and dug a channel for this immense beast to climb its way out of the crater that the town sits in, thus freeing itself from the shackles of being stuck in the town, and taking with it all the fishy creatures, the gambles.
Yeah.
So the town now not only had lost its livelihood, but also probably its principal method of defending itself by there only being one way in and out of the town.
Yeah.
Which all sounds really bad for the town.
Really good for the swamping,
Yeah.
which is
It's only been a month.
at
They
this
can pack
point
the wall
probably,
back up pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
probably
Yeah.
lumbering its way through the forest in a
Yeah.
happy fashion.
And then you saw a stranger on the road, didn't you?
Yes, something was approaching. We don't know what it is.
Something.
Something about a mile away. Assuming delegation, but might be
While
more
this was all
swampies.
going on, we'd returned to the inn, where Malcolm, who has, for some reason that we've not yet established, been unable to sleep, decided to get roaring drunk.
Yeah.
joined by yourself, I believe.
Yeah, I was doing some drinking,
And
as was
Clara,
Clara.
As was Claro.
Zolan
and
did not.
Zolan
Tea
did
only.
not
Tea
participate in the alcohol
Spiky
consumption,
only.
which was lucky, really, because they needed somebody sensible to control Malcolm, who was very, very drunk and being sick.
Yes.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was very authentic, that.
It was.
Terrible overacting on my part. And was that pretty much where we left it? wasn't it?
Then
Someone was accused.
somebody was accused
the
of being
man
a giant badger.
Yeah,
Oh yes,
At the door.
Yes, the
Yeah.
innkeeper
Monty.
turned
Monty.
up halfway through our drinking session and was distinctly not very pleased with us working our way through his stocks.
Yeah.
Was even less unimpressed when a giant badger appeared at the door.
Yeah.
But we did manage to talk our way out of that.
Well,
It was dressed
sort of.
just like Thorin.
Kind of.
Nollis managed to cure his alcoholism
Yeah.
and any form of hangover with a spell.
Yes, it did. Yeah, I must ask you about
Yeah.
how to do that at some
Oh,
point.
Mm.
Oh, that's horrible.
And there we find ourselves
Oh.
back,
Don't tell Jack.
Got chocolate on the table.
back.
It flipped over.
What's the opposite of inspiration?
I don't know.
Death saving throws.
Inspiration.
And we find ourselves back in the Fluming Burden. I believe two of you had headed back upstairs. You were trying to sleep again.
I think I've
Carrying
got,
you back to bed.
yeah, basically, dragged me back up the stairs and dumped me on the bed.
Clara's in bed.
I was, if I remember rightly, despite being terribly drunk, I was still unable to sleep. So lying on my back, watching the room turn inside out.
Correct.
Brilliant.
Clara will be asleep for exactly 1 hour. Please let me know when 1 hour has happened.
Okay. So in
Exactly
your room.
1 hour. That's
And
a
you
rare
two-
skill.
You were outside, Zolan.
Oh yeah, smelled of skunk, didn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
I was trying to cure the
I
hangover.
tried to sober you all up.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And I believe you're the only one downstairs at the moment, just surrounded by
There's
skunks.
two.
Can't
Okay.
remember.
I didn't go to bed. I'm fully sober now.
I
Okay.
think
So,
I'm fully human now and fully skunky at the same time.
Smelling of a combination of skunk and badger.
and this is where we return.
Spadger.
Spadger. Scadger?
So what is happening? Somebody is coming?
Yeah, I went through this like last week. There is someone approaching.
Okay.
Got to be the delegation, right?
We should go and see.
I've made a nifty little track out of it, actually.
It's good to know. I did not use the lift on the way in, so
Well, yeah, have you got an up hat?
The hat doesn't go up. I'm outside.
Got any
anyway.
balloons?
Potentially.
well let's just gather Zolan. Let's go and check and see.
Follow me.
Okay, so the two
So
of
we'll
you
leave. I'm gonna
leave the room.
have a look.
And I'm just doing something over here. Don't worry.
Oh dear.
Maps.
Bit of sleight of hand.
Yeah. The two of you leave the room, and
Never a good thing.
you find Zolan immediately outside of the tavern.
We have to go and see who is coming.
Who's coming? Someone's coming?
Someone.
Someone's coming apparently.
Something? Someone?
Something, someone.
Some many?
Some many, some few.
Let's go.
It didn't really, yeah.
I don't expect to get as much sense out of you, to be honest, so let's go and investigate.
Yeah, you're very wise and helpful.
You are, yes.
And just to be clear, you're in the middle of a short rest, and you, Malcolm, are
sorry.
still lying in bed, slightly drunk, desperately trying to sleep. And
Still can't
failing.
sleep.
Trying to erase
Why
the
can't I
chocolate
sleep?
with your eraser.
Why can't I sleep? What's
It's
going
not
on?
work, really.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Okay.
No.
So you three head on over to the area, and now for the first time, Nollis and Zolan, you see this elongated ramp which leads up right next to the lift, which is, I mean, it's really overtakes the horizon.
What kind of scale are we talking here?
Well,
Must be pretty.
it was large enough for the Red Rock Swampy to get through.
Yeah.
It was 50 foot high at 30
Is it
degree
50 foot
at
high?
a 30-degree gradient.
Woo! Impressive.
That is a lot of mud.
Yeah.
I mean, for,
Each of my animals have a different degree. This one is structural engineering.
Blimey.
That is a very good ramp.
At the moment, there's a few children around. There's a few children,
Got some
like
dragon
2
soup in the
children,
eye, then.
that are looking in that area
I'd
and-
get that scene to it.
and just laughing and pointing, and
Always
just
doing
talking
that.
about it. Not at you for once,
Oh,
but
I was
kind
gonna
of at this hole, and they're just chattering excitedly. Apart from that, it's still very early, and the sun is on the way up still, really.
When do these children sleep?
Exactly, yeah.
They were up when we went to bed. They're up now.
So,
Maybe we do it on a rota.
come with me.
Okay, let's go.
Chop up. It's safe, I promise. I think.
I believe you.
The
So you're
Swampy got up it, so.
Yeah.
So you're travelling up this slope. If we were under time pressure of any type, I'd make you roll for it. It's very slippery. You keep stumbling back a little way.
We've got
Remember,
galoshes, right?
remember you
Yeah.
fell in it initially.
Oh,
Very true, very true. But you
Just
still,
gliding up.
yeah, but you still.
Moonwalk.
That helps you get through difficult terrain and helps you get through this, but it's still It's still at a gradient that you
Remember, I
from
put
time to
the
time slipping down.
dig grip holes in as well.
That is true. Yes,
I've really thought about this.
that is true.
It's not a wasted
But I'm
degree.
not going to make you roll. Yeah, and you head up to the top of this.
Plus the swampy leaving your footprints would probably make natural steps in it all the way up.
And you get to the top of this, of the gradient where you initially fell down from, and as you look around, you can tell already it's going to be a warm day. The sun's just starting to rise, pretty clear all around you. You've got good vision, and as you peer into the distance again, you can see a figure, just maybe a mile in the distance.
It's just a figure.
If you want to make a perception roll for any further detail.
Yes, please.
I
They
will
haven't got very far.
help you.
How does that work again?
You're going to help him see.
Aid him.
Help
We're
me.
gonna-
I'm going to hold
we're
my
gonna
eyes from
confer.
behind. Really look.
Confer about
Hold,
what you
hold him
see.
up
You're
higher.
both peering, so just get advantage in that.
If you were to
Oh,
hold
how's
him,
the first roll?
hold him up above your head.
Yeah.
Oh, both tens. With my
Pop 'em on your shoulders,
percepts.
yeah.
Not brilliant.
You think there's a figure? Past that,
Hold up. Might get
very hard to tell.
How far away is it?
Round about a mile.
It was actually 11 with my mod. Any better?
No.
About the same. Yeah.
I should roll it.
A figure. It looks like just a guy. Surely a delegation's not one man.
I sobered up for this, man. It's just
Woman.
a little dot on the horizon.
When I was a badger, this looked impressive and important.
Does your badger self fear things?
He is a little more afraid than
Okay.
man Thornier. Elf Thornier.
Could you disguise yourself as a woodland creature and get a little closer?
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could just get a little closer.
If we want to. I don't know if we want to be incognito about this. Or if we just raise...
What's my terrain looking like?
Your terrain, so here it's very boggy and claggy, still not to the same extent as Broga was, but it's it would be slow going if you didn't have such wonderful galoshes. In most of the area, there are a few silvery shrubs around. Apart from that, you're still within this vast plain desert, but this is just a boggier part of it.
Well, do you guys want me to bog off for a bit and get a closer look? Or
I do not mind getting a closer look.
I'm sure we can all go and get a
We
closer
can, if
look.
we want to, we can go.
We're just
just-
unusual travelers. What is the worst that would happen?
I imagine you are a keen tracker.
I'm able to track
I
now.
imagine
but-
we can teach you how to track.
Yeah.
I'm small. I can track. Can I track? A little.
I'm not really used to this kind of place, obviously, but I can give it a go.
It's like water, but more solid.
Don't need 2 dimensions.
Let's go.
Oh, music change.
That's right.
It's fine, don't worry. We've got this.
Okay, so you're just
I'm always concerned because the top one says Castle Jail.
so you're just heading out, just towards this figure.
In a stealthy way.
Okay,
What?
so give me stealth rolls.
Are we in the bush or are we just
Well, there's
walking?
There's only a few bushes, aren't there?
Yeah.
There are
I guess
bushes here and
we're
there.
keeping low and
Sprinting in between bushes.
yeah.
You just
We're maybe gonna
Running.
like pull the bush up, wear it, and
Yeah.
shuffle with it.
you're just keeping quiet in a low profile.
There's nothing more unobtrusive than a bush scuttling across the path.
13 for
14.
so.
18.
I don't want to be a meta here, but do you get disadvantage because you're heavy armour?
I don't want heavy armor.
Boom! Let's go. Not
Okay.
meta. Don't want to be a rules lawyer, but it's a very it's a
Bring
very
me down,
It's a very
Zolan.
basic rule. That's
Oh, he's
okay.
trying
Let's
to
go.
bring me down.
So you head towards Figure. What kind of
Have switched
distance?
your glowing shield off, haven't you?
Yeah.
What kind of
A
distance do you
lightsaber.
want to do anything at?
We want to get fairly close, right?
Close enough to discern what it is.
Okay.
I think as soon as
As soon as we
Norris
see
is
what
pretty
it is,
sure that
yeah.
it's how many legs it has, probably that'll be it for now, and then we'll get a bit closer.
So if you give me a roll at maybe 200 feet,
For perception,
please.
that's 21.
Okay. It looks like probably one person sat down.
Home.
No, he wouldn't be
How
sat
fast did he sit down?
Yeah.
And there looks like they're a bit featureless in that it looks like they've got some kind of shawl over them.
So they're closed. No.
They're not particularly heeding you.
They're facing our way.
They're facing
the other
into the road, so they're kind of at your 90 degree.
way.
I agree.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Can I circle up behind them?
So
Try and stealth
come
up
off the
behind
track
them. Yeah.
and then try and come a little bit behind them. The earth's starting to get a little drier after you've walked a little while, so it's not as boggy as it was.
Okay.
Still a little muddy, and you're going to try and come off the track
Yeah.
and skirt behind them.
Just go behind,
Yeah.
sneak up, kind of.
And what are you two doing?
Concerned about the amount of.
I think.
I'm just worried about the amount of caffeine in this
Yeah.
thing.
Start vibrating.
I think it looks like Norris has it under control. So I'm going to advance. So what? How far away are we?
You're about
200
200
feet.
feet away.
I'm going to advance to about 80 feet
Okay.
and hold ground.
Yeah.
I'll go 40 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna go somewhere in between Norris and.
Norris
off
has
the
gone onto
track.
the road. He's gone around.
So he's gone off
Yeah,
the
I'm
track.
staying on the track. Yeah.
Alright. I'll go slightly off track.
Trying to move
Okay.
in Y shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of coming behind whoever this is. Okay. As you get a bit closer, one point this person turns their head to the left, just toward you, Zolan, looks at you,
Straight behind a tree.
and then looks back down. You're pretty sure he looked right at you.
I'm going to just pretend he didn't.
Is it
I'm
he?
still just going to hide behind the tree. And you know when you're like, did he see me? Well, if I look now, he's going to see me. So I'm just going to stand here and just hope he didn't see me. As you
Back
know.
at the tree.
But, but you have been seen. But I'm still just going to wait. I'm going to wait.
Animal noise.
Yeah.
Try and make it sound like a leaf.
Flap my arm
That's a leaf
wildly.
being stepped on.
Right.
Very good.
Okay.
Did I see a face? A recognisable face?
You can give me a perception roll with disadvantage.
A collection
just for a
of
little bit
tentacles.
distance.
6.
6.
Does it have?
It was some kind of humanoid face.
Cool.
That's
It's a
all.
giant
And it looked,
swampy.
looked male.
Alright, I'm behind the tree. Not even looking again. I'm waiting.
Bill Moss.
Captain.
How close am I?
Captain
How close do you
Bill
wanna be?
Moss.
I'm just going to keep getting closer until I can analyse more features.
Okay, so from behind, because you're right behind him, this character, he's wearing a very dark brown or black shawl which covers his head. It's right over his brow, covers his whole body, and it just seems to be on the floor, sat on the floor.
Cool.
You can discern very little from behind from where you are.
I'm going to keep getting closer
Okay.
Closer.
until I'm within speaking distance.
Draw his
Okay.
knife.
So you get to within 5 or 10, probably 10 or 15 feet, and just turns his head slowly, but he doesn't jump. Just turns his head slowly around.
Super perceptive, this guy.
Norse is gonna
Better dragoon.
knock an arrow,
Too small.
Too small.
and he's gonna speak to him, presuming this guy's already seen him. Forgive the intrusion, friend, but it's strange to travel this place alone.
Arms for the poor.
It's Jark.
Sounds like.
It is a strange place to be begging this early in the morning on this road. Who are you waiting for?
Just looking to make some money. Arms for the poor.
If you're looking to make some money, you'd be in a town, not in the middle of nowhere, not unless you have something to hide.
Got any copper, silver?
We'll certainly have money, I just don't believe your story. You have nothing to hide from me, but you're making me awfully nervous right now.
You don't need to be nervous.
Reveal yourself to me. Maybe we can talk about this coin.
He shuffles his body round, and you see he's a pretty dirty face. Looks quite weather beaten. His eyes are in shadow because of this cloak that he's wearing. He notices you, Thorinir, at this point as well.
I sit down really quick.
And I haven't got any money. You can't rob me.
I'm not here to rob you. He's gonna unknock the arrow and throws. Probably what do you call it? Undo his bow and kind of store it. What are you doing out here on your own? This is not the place to be begging.
Where else do I go?
Well, there is a town just down the road from here. You'll do better to beg there when
I'm
there is
not
extra money.
welcome there
Why are you not welcome there?
because I'm a beggar.
Okay.
Have you thought about a trade? Like Bamba?
Like scragging. I'm not even here, but scragging would be a good trade.
Yeah. Well, like what can I do? Just try and make enough to survive.
Even from this distance, you reek of weakness. Are you aware of this?
Just looks kind of vacantly into the distance.
Do you not fight? Do you not have a cause?
No.
Would you like to? We have causes plenty. We have many people to fight. It'd be better to die in battle than to die here alone on this road.
I go and fight.
The US Army.
Why can you not fight? Are you lame in some way?
Look, I just want some gold.
Oh, you're just a coward then.
Gold. Or whatever you can spare.
What name do you go by?
Grady.
Grady. One of those?
Grady.
Grady. Am I saying that right? Grady.
What are you?
Now you are asking some questions that I expected, which is good. For a moment there, I thought there was something wrong with you, like you had some kind of, eating of the brain. But now it seems to be that you are a regular human, I presume?
Yeah.
Yes. I am.
Everyone's human round here. Apart from you, apparently.
Apart from me, yes. I am not from here, as you could probably expect. I'm from an island off the coast.
You won't be welcome there.
Up until this point, my presence there has largely gone unnoticed, which is surprising for all involved.
Right.
Why are you not welcome in the town? Just because you're a beggar, or
Yeah.
you do not have a history of perhaps indecent exposure, cannibalism?
Peeping.
Got a seat on the council, yeah.
No. Look, I'm done for the night. Are you going to give me any copper or silver?
Is there any information you can give me? I need some kind of service. I cannot help you just because you are poor and weak.
What
What can you get for
information?
2 copper?
What do you want?
There is a delegation coming this way. Have you noticed any movement of people along this road?
Not really. I saw a huge beast come from down in Broga.
With tentacles for a face?
Yes.
Yeah, we too saw this.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You had to ask if
I've
it
come
was
in now,
tentacles for a
It
face.
fell down.
It was a huge thing, wasn't it? Not to you.
It fell down there.
Did it fall or was it pushed?
This weakling could not push that thing into... It was massive, and he is tiny.
Remember we were told a dragoon pushed it in? Or a dragon-like thing pushed it in? Or did I dream that?
No, that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah. that was
This
safe.
man does not seem to be dragon-like.
No. Just wondering if you saw it.
Perhaps he's a were-dragon. Oh, I'm not there, am I? Sorry.
Try and get some sleep, Malcolm.
Fell from Maeve's farm over the other side
Made farm over the other side. How do you know that?
because it made quite a big noise when it fell.
You saw it fall.
I saw the aftermath.
Okay. I suppose that is something.
He puts his hands out towards you.
I'll probably give him reluctantly, although it pains him. Nollis will throw a copper coin at him.
Okay. He looks at it, he kind of takes it. Thanks. Puts it just under his shawl.
To be honest, this is rather anticlimactic. I thought you might be so dangerous or something of note, but it turns out you are just a weak human. That is a real shame to me. I would suggest that you bring honor to your people by finding an honourable death.
Pay no attention to my friend. He knows not the way of normal existence.
Got some twigs in your hair.
Ah, yes.
He puts his hand out to you as well.
Maybe he wants twigs. I don't know.
I can hand him the twig.
Money.
You do not have any money, no? My friend here is like you. He also is poor.
Currency.
Yes.
Ah, I have some currency.
He wants you to pay him for being a lowlife.
Is that the human way?
I'm behind the tree. I'm not here. I'm still behind the tree.
Is that you're actually saying that from behind the tree? I'm behind the tree.
Maybe.
Offer my pouch out to Nollis.
He'll take out a copper coin
What
and
does he
throw it
want?
at the guy again.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to line up the pouch.
Yeah.
You notice him, you probably don't notice him, but you really notice him lining up the pouch.
Are you a thief? There's-
Quite a lot of copper there.
You have quite a bit of copper, yes.
I actually have no copper in there. Just so you know.
Buy
It's
off.
just silver and gold.
I buy off part of a silver coin.
But
Spit
I
out.
haven't got a clue. It's more copper than I've usually got.
What do you want to know?
What do you have to tell us? Tell us something interesting that we can prove to be true, and we are likely to pay you.
I'm just going to jingle it.
I don't know what you are. Who are you?
Jingling your coin purse at him.
In a manner of speaking, we seek fortune through adventure, if that means death of others normally, but we seek fortune and glory, something that seems to be lost in this human part of the world.
I know.
I don't think that's why we're here.
No, that's not why you are here.
I know something about the trouble in the town.
Do you really? What do you know?
Well, I don't know it. My friend knows it.
Okay.
It's like the kids all over again.
Is your friend hidden in a tree with lots of knives by any chance?
If you come and find us north of the two trunk tree, it's about 20 minutes west of here,
Okie doke.
and I will tell you what you need to know.
This sounds good. Sounds very, very appealing to me. I should warn you, I am blessed by a deity and I can strike people with lightning. So I'd really hope it if you weren't laying some kind of trap. But even if you were, it is likely I will show up anyway.
See you.
He starts to just stroll off.
Hmm.
He stands up. You can see he doesn't have many possessions at all. He's just pretty much got what he has, and he's strolling back down to the west.
I find this human settlement rather disappointing. I don't know how you find this interaction with the human world, but
Humans are A subspecies.
It would seem so. It would seem so. But, we do what we must in order to find glory in the world.
We're helping.
We should go and find Zolan, rustle up a way to break the fast of our friends, and find out what to do the rest of our day.
I like the idea of a breakfast.
Let's go, I guess.
Okay, so you're heading back to the east, back towards Broga.
Yeah.
Zolan emerges from behind the tree.
There's anything ever left?
And you return.
Yeah, gonna head back to the tavern.
Returning back to the town.
Stealthily.
Stealthily. We're gonna stealth him.
No, I'm just going to run now.
Okay. Before they make it back, you completed your short rest, Claro. You also can take a short rest, Malcolm, within that time because you are still resting your body. You're just not able to sleep. You just can't take a long rest, it seems.
How does he feel when he wakes up?
When you wake up, you feel a little bit of a headache, but you're not poisoned anymore. Likewise, Malcolm, you've recovered from your poisoning condition
I was poisoned.
with alcohol.
Oh, right.
Stomach pump.
Yeah.
I don't call that poisoning, I just call that an evening.
Pickling.
Cheese
A pickling,
and an
yes.
olive in
Pickling rather than poisoning.
Slightly pickled.
there.
Well
Strawberries and
pickled.
cheese.
So you
Now's the
return.
time to try it.
You return back to the town. You guys come around.
I've still been unable to sleep though, so am I still afflicted by the... yeah, I thought...
How grouchy is Malcolm right now?
Oh,
Do you handle sleep deprivation well?
probably not, no.
Is there anything you want to do before they return to you? Because you've got a little bit of time before they come back.
Claire's just sat
No
in the
try
windowsill, just with his legs in a triangle, just waiting for them to return.
Okay, fine.
According to the dice roll, you are 49% grouchy right now.
49% down. Well,
Less than usual.
So you return back to the town. If you're staying in your rooms waiting for them, you get back to the town again. You come back down this slippery slope. Ooh.
Whoa!
And as you get to the bottom,
Klinsman down it, right?
yeah, there are now a lot more people gathered around there. There are women, men, children, all looking around, just kind of muttering about it, talking about it. And as you descend back down this slope, they're just all staring at you. And again, there's a lot of people talking and pointing.
I feel like we should make some kind of statement.
They're just all looking at you as you're walking down.
They've noticed the big channel cut in the wall there.
It's pretty sizable, yes. Yeah. It's a talking point of this town right now. And they're all looking at the three of you as you've strolled down it, chattering to each other.
Is it like a big semicircle of people?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a gathering of probably at least 40 people, you'd say, here.
It seems like the Swampy dug his way out. We've seen him head off into the distance.
And just some people, some commoners and townsfolk who don't necessarily pick out any particular faces of people that you've recognised or seen. Yeah?
Yeah.
He's blue. You can hear someone shouting. His skin.
Niles is probably just going to walk through them, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to say anything. Walk towards the tavern.
Definitely, and you can all hear them.
Before you
Lots of the children are laughing at you. There's lots of people talking about you. Thorny, you don't seem to be getting most of the attention in this group of three.
Slipping through.
Yeah.
He's a cute old man. I don't know why I get laughed at.
And again, you see a child just pick up some mud, and as you walk kind of past him, he thinks about it and then just drops it down again. And looking at you, but everyone's looking at you and talking about you, and the whole. It goes kind of awkwardly quiet as you walk right past them, and then there's a little bit of laughter and excited chatter as you walk through them, past them, through the square, and back to the Fluting Bird.
Is Tessa or Galak there?
No, there's nobody there that you make out as somebody that you've interacted with.
Cool.
Clara knocks on the window when he sees you.
We should go and break fast. It looks like we are known to be here. If there is any trouble, there's going to be trouble, and we will know to be in it.
Well, I hope that they have some gamble eggs for this breakfast.
The
Absolutely.
value of a gamble egg is skyrocketed now, I'm afraid.
It's fine. It's on the tab.
I wonder if the town's aware yet.
Yeah,
Is there any
very
indication
short
that
supply.
the townspeople
Calus are paying
are
for our
looking
breakfast.
somewhat bemused by the apparent lack of gribbly beasties?
I guess you can only see from your first story window, so you can make a perception roll.
Perception.
That is, oh dear. That is 8.
You certainly
Probably
there's
still
nothing that's
slightly unfocused.
yeah. It's tricky to focus at this point in your mental state.
Cool.
So you return to the inn.
Mm.
Yeah, Clara walks downstairs, feeling the texture of the wooden walls as he goes down the staircase. I guess the bartender's at the bar.
Monty is in the inn at the moment. There's nobody else in there, only him.
Good morning, Monty. Sorry we made such a mess earlier on.
Oh, it's okay. Is your friend all right?
He was a little worse for wear, but he should be okay.
At this point, Malcolm starts to walk down the stairs very slowly, one deliberate step at a time, holding on to the walls as he comes down.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the slope?
The slope?
Yes.
Well then, no, I don't know anything else.
There's a very large slope that's been created
That's convenient. You won't have to use that lift anymore.
by the lift.
Like I said.
The lift has created a huge slope.
He just turns back around.
Monty, are you okay?
Ah.
Has he got any red blotches or anything on him? Is there anything obvious that he's poisoned?
Make a perception roll.
Rolling dice. I just threw that. It is 16 plus 3, 19.
19. So you take a look at him. He's got his bald head, his kind of wispy white beard, thin at the front, almost a goatee. He's got a long shirt, but nothing. The only skin that's cut that you can see is his hands and his face. You can't see any red blotching akin to the Magdalene berry that you saw before.
Are these
Bleeding
guys?
eyes and everything.
Are these guys back in?
Probably just about getting to them.
How did me and Monty last part ways? I can't remember.
He was very suspicious of you, I believe.
Yeah, you were back in as Thorinir.
Yeah.
Saw the badger.
But he saw the
Saw the
badger
badger
in
and all.
Thorinir's clothes.
Convinced him he was mad.
Convinced.
Okay.
At this point, Malcolm's just sort of pulled a chair out from the big round table that nobody sat at when we were in before. He's just pulled out a chair from that very, very delicately and plonked himself down here. Just
Art's just gonna, knowing these guys will probably hungover, burst in through the front door and shout, "Good morning, everyone! How are we all feeling?"
oh, just lovely.
Clara's used to pain in the head, so he just squints his eyes a little bit and tightens up his hood a little bit, and he's fine.
Did anything happen during the night?
There's a really big slope.
Oh, really?
Somebody made a slope. The tentacles got away. Everyone's really excited about it. They now know that I'm here, which is perhaps difficult for us to explain later on, but never mind. That is just the way things go. And I may have vaguely threatened a homeless person, so that happened, who seems to be laying some kind of a trap for us, so I'm quite excited about that.
Excellent. Oh, that's just great.
Is this trap out of town?
Do you know this tree that everyone talks about with the two
Double tree, the
just
two
double
tree,
tree,
the two trunks, the two
Two
trunks.
trunks. Yeah, that's the one.
The one Danny spoke of.
Yeah, apparently he is waiting for us with his friends. He has lots of information. Obviously, he wants gold for it. He only made this observation after he saw that we had gold on us, so I assume that it is some kind of a trap, but I've been wrong in the past.
Is it a trap if we know it's a trap? I mean, we need to wait for this delegation. Up on the road might be a good choice.
Well, I thought that there was someone more threatening, but it just seemed to be... Well, he allegedly was a homeless man, but he did not reveal himself. He gave me his name, but I do not remember what it is.
Do you know what time the delegation are coming today?
Matty, why are you listening to us? Go away.
My apologies.
Is there any breakfast in this place, Monty?
I'll have a cup of tea, please.
I'll have some gamble eggs.
Coffee?
Gamble eggs
Do
I
you
can
do coffee here?
Coffee.
Coffee, a thing that exists.
Coffee-ish
Coffee.
stuff?
We have maybe water for you.
Water. Okay, yeah.
Any barn rack weed?
Barn rack weed.
I'll have one of those.
I haven't had a barn rack weed in forever.
Nice, you'll have one of those.
I don't know what that is, but I don't know what any of these things are. So.
We
Apart from water, of
mostly have gamble eggs and mead
No meat.
and some
course. It'd
other
be good for you.
some other basics.
In what way would it be good
We
for
have
me?
some.
As they say, my people scale of the fish that bit you.
We have some.
No meat, no meat.
Some kerbal.
Kerbal?
Some kerbal.
Is that more
What?
creature?
What is a? What's a kerbal?
A kerbal. That is
You have to look it up, don't you?
No one has ordered the kerbal for a little while.
Just check the menu.
That is. Have you seen the round creatures, the spiky,
yes.
the spiked creatures
Yes.
in the mud?
Like an urchin.
Kerbal, and
Kerbal.
they are quite tasty if prepared correctly.
What happens if you do not prepare it correctly?
Well, they are quite spiky.
Ah, okay.
And this is a drink.
It's a food. You eat it or
It
you
is-
drink it?
It is a food.
It's
a
not,
food.
not like a smoothie.
Frankly, anything can be a smoothie if you try hard enough.
Or we have mangoose eggs.
Mangoes, eggs.
Why, a very egg-based diet here. This is very strange.
Do you?
Do you
How
not,
do you eat them?
Do you not have egg in your?
Yeah, but we have more
Well,
than
Lots of
egg.
them. Small together. You spread them.
Do you not
Yeah.
have like a hot drink?
Fruit?
Drink.
Any fruit?
Bracken.
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 Like
There's
a cow.
bracken nearby, but you don't eat bracken.
He does.
Tea?
Tea.
Fish.
What we have?
You don't eat bracken.
We have
Okay.
gambol eggs. We have
I will have gamble eggs. I will stop this lunacy.
grobfish are not edible.
What on us?
Grobfish.
Grobfish. Are they the big fat things, big flaky things?
Yes.
It's a shame they're not edible because they're going to really need something edible around here fairly soon.
They
Don't
will
worry
make
about
you
that.
very sick.
Will they?
Cool.
Like poisonous?
I've got an idea. How
No,
about
just-
we leave? That's a great idea. This
We could-
menu's terrible.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I doubt there is another eating establishment, but we could eat on the road. Depends where you want to go.
Some form of chain restaurant, maybe.
We have to meet up with the delegation, huh? And then tell them that this place is,
You see Munty's looking at him in a strange fashion. When he says that.
relatively literal sense of the word, a cesspit.
Smells like a fucking cesspit.
I
think
think
that's
we,
just
I think
you.
we should. Is everyone hungry, or should we just leave?
I am always hungry.
We can just eat some eggs on the way, right?
Hungry for the
We'll
thirst
get-
for
yeah,
adventure.
we'll get an egg, a gamble egg, and a mangoose egg takeaway.
Yes.
And a
How
tea?
about that?
Yeah,
And
did you-
throw in a caster bomb.
Could you box these up for us?
Can you put it in a bread roll? And we will eat it as
Oh,
well.
yeah, have you got bread?
Yes.
Tea?
Can I have gamble eggs?
You didn't lead with bread. Bread is the most normal staple in the whole of the human kingdom.
Have you got tomatoes?
Tomatoes?
Lettuce?
No, he
Just
just
get-
told you.
Mayonnaise?
Any mushrooms?
Just get the gamble eggs.
Mushrooms.
No,
are-
no, Monty.
Oh,
get
no,
the,
wait,
get the
yeah,
gamble
mushrooms.
eggs, boil them,
Boil them.
mush them up,
Boil the gamble eggs.
They're not.
mash them up,
Gambles
put them
are-
between two pieces of bread,
They're a bit like caviar.
lard on one side,
Pig caviar.
wrap that up with some paper, 6 of those, we're getting out of here.
forgive me, but that sounds horrible.
Actually, when you put it like that does sound.
Well, the mangoes here, can you fry them?
You will cook the mangoes egg, yes.
Yeah, how do you cook it? It is like an egg with a shell and you crack
In
it?
a pot.
You make a souffle.
A breakfast souffle, yes.
He's struggling with the idea of fried. How the hell do you think he's going to make? Please feel free to describe to how he's going to souffle these things.
Can you use your best judgment to make a takeaway breakfast for our adventuring party, please?
5 heroes.
Yes.
I would
That's
like
one, two.
a mixture.
Yes.
Okay.
Then-
Zolan would like a tea as well.
Tea, please. Have a tea.
I'd
In your
like
thermos?
a tea.
We don't have.
Don't have tea.
God,
He told you that he has meat or water.
I'm gonna storm off to the corner of the room. Don't want breakfast. Just want a tea.
You've offended me.
Where you stand is a little bit sticky on the floor.
Do you have? Could you have
Oh.
Does it still smell a bit of skunk? Was that
No,
good?
that's that. The aroma's
cute.
left.
Oh, I can.
Just a stale aroma.
do you have a half a cup of mead and a half a cup of hot water, please? Hot water? Can you manage hot water?
Yes, I guess so.
Right,
Yeah.
could I have a mug of hot water and a half a mug of mead, please?
Your Calus diets are very strange to
Yeah.
me. I apologise.
Calus, they're vegetables.
Also, soup that makes you throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
miss-
And he just walks in. He walks into a back area,
Here,
and you hear a little bit of clinking and clanking as he seems to be doing some type
Can we
of
leave
preparation.
now?
What, without breakfast? Okay. Okay.
Clara will wait for breakfast.
No, we should leave. You're right. But I feel bad. I mean, after all the talking we did, that man, he's going to come out and nobody's going to eat his breakfast.
I think he wakes up disappointed
Yeah.
and goes to sleep disappointed. I
mean,
don't
don't-
think we've done anything to this man.
Don't get me wrong, there was a time where I stabbed an innocent man in the street, but still,
I set them on fire.
I'm not the kind of man who walks out on someone who's cooking them breakfast.
We all have to.
You're so polite.
Yeah, we've been in the kitchen.
We know
We've
what this is
seen
like.
things,
We've seen
yeah.
this.
We can relate.
I
Yeah.
apologise.
It's tough in there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And dude, for someone
it's much
yeah.
worse when you come out and your customers have wandered off.
You can hear a little bit of a change of atmosphere outside. In some way, there's just a shift in the general background noise.
Malcolm
Is it
gets
the
up and
Sprag
looks out the
soundtrack?
window.
Look out the window.
Yeah.
So as you peer down, you wipe clean the window a little.
Definitely filthy.
You can just about make out from the direction of this slope that Thornir created yesterday. You can
Giant badger Thornir.
you can make out
Separate.
you can make out some people working the lift, and you can see that people are dispersing a little bit.
Old habits die hard, apparently. Hang on, working the. Guys,
It seems that somebody is here.
I think the delegation may have arrived. They're working the lift.
Well, that's great, Malcolm. I was told to wait for breakfast, so you know this is more important.
Well, we
than
can't
us.
fight them on an empty stomach.
Exactly.
This is true. So we waited here a whole day longer than I wanted to be here. I can't even eat breakfast now.
Given
This
that
is
we
what
haven't eaten
this is what we have come to as a
all
group.
we've done is drunk mead since we've been here. Oh, and a handful of gamble eggs between us.
I'm sorry that I think breakfast is the most important part of the day.
Okay, Munty, are you done?
No.
I'm going to offer to help.
Oh, jeez.
Do you need some help? We're short on time. I'm going to push my way into the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm going to go just
You go in
get
there, it's
between his
tiny.
legs.
It's quite hot in there and
Yeah,
cramped.
it's
There's no
hot.
windows of ventilation.
Just like here.
It's very very tight. As soon as
Feel
you
right at home.
as soon as you walk in, you're almost
Yeah.
pressed up against this brazier,
Yeah.
and then this cooking pot.
I'm
that's
looking
on
for a
top of
box
it.
to stand on.
And it seems to be hot water that's in there.
Is it?
He's also prepared some. There are some boxes. That
Yeah.
He's also prepared a couple of flagons that have been half filled with mead.
Oh, thank Christ. I'm going
Any
I'm
heavy
gonna-
fish?
to stand on a box and look if he's cut any bread. Has he started cutting the bread?
It looks like that's exactly what he's doing right now.
I'm going to take over his job. I'm going to start cutting the bread.
It's okay. I can do this for you.
We're busy, I'm afraid, Monty. Stir the eggs.
Yeah, Clara bursts in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, Gee, Zolan, what do you want me on?
Get the eggs. Stir
Okay.
the eggs.
You don't have to do
No,
this.
Monty, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, Malkin. Oh no, he's got.
It's very
hangover.
close.
Don't worry, Malkin.
All three of you are pressed right up against one another. So,
Yeah.
and it's you feel some of his
Frying the eggs?
Yeah, you do
so
whatever
much
you need to.
sweat
the
running
eggs.
down all
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
And chopping the
Okay.
bread. Where's the fridge? Where's the
So
butter?
It's in fridge. It's boiling. The eggs are boiling.
The eggs are boiling.
Yeah.
Oh, these aren't frying. Where's the frying pan?
These are much larger eggs as well. You suspect
Oh.
they're the mongoose
dear.
egg. And then there's this, you can see some of the gambol eggs. There's a big fishy smell starting to emerge, and there's a bit of an eggy smell as well.
Monty, have you got any salt?
Oh. And he's a bit flustered, and he
Pepper?
steps out to the side.
Butter. Where's the butter? Where's the cold storage?
After a little while, you manage to boil the eggs to a point where you feel like they could be done.
Okay.
And
Nollis, come check these eggs.
Give me a minute, I'm just going to check something. He's going to look out the window and have a look to see if you're going to have an idea of what's going on outside.
okay, it looks like whoever was descending in the lift has got to the bottom of the lift.
Yeah,
You can see a crowd looking away a little bit. They're just out of your eyesight.
cool. And do I get a glimpse of whoever this person is coming down the lift? No, it's not like a small army of paladins, for example.
You can see there's certainly people looking at something or somebody, but
Cool.
they're out of your sight.
Oh, they have definitely arrived, guys. You got to hurry up with those eggs.
We're going for it dry. I'm going to start
Who's
throwing
arrived?
dry bread.
The delegation?
Don't. You should go out and check. We've got everything
Is
covered
anyone
here.
else due today?
We don't. And he just quickly hurries out of the door. and
He's just
into the
left
mud. He's
the
just
pub.
left. Just left entirely.
Perfect.
Nollis is going to look for a key,
Yeah.
presuming that it's not on Munty.
Sure. Yeah.
Can I
So
do-
if you want to make an investigation roll,
Well, my investigation is not good. That's only an 8.
it doesn't. You can't. A quick scurry around the room. You can't see one, obviously.
Can I
Claire
grab
and
it?
Nollis exit the kitchen.
Zolan, yeah.
Zolan.
With
Sorry.
I've given you the bread, yeah.
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 While I exit, as Munty is left, is there bottles of beer? The best way to bribe a hobo is beer, not gold. Look
So
at some beer.
there's not bottles. It look, from what you will have noticed this during your time here, he's been pouring them from kegs.
And how big are the kegs? Big kegs?
Bigger than you.
Yeah.
Big, yeah, your size probably.
Oh, I can't carry one. Alright, I'll ignore that then. The mead in bottles. What's in a bottle? Wine. Anything alcoholic in a bottle?
The
Any
only alcohol. Again, you make an investigation roll if you want to look.
Pims. Oh no, it's no good giving
On
that
the
to him. Nobody will
G&T.
drink that shit.
Come to month.
12.
Well,
12.
there's always a bottle of
You have a look
Cremant
around.
stuck to the shelf.
There doesn't appear to be any bottles full stop. It looks to be everything in here is held in some kind of keg or cask.
Cash it is then.
On a tray put on the bar are a number of boiled eggs, which still need their shells cracking off them, and dry bread.
Yeah. There's no.
Tuck in, boys.
I thought we were packing up to go.
Yeah, well, you wanted breakfast, so
you get my
eat
whole-
up.
We're going to give you indigestion.
Did you get my hot water?
The service in this
Oh,
place
jeez,
is...
man.
I'll go. It's all right.
You're not paying me.
I'll go back out into the kitchen. There's half cups of mead on the. Yeah, right. Grab one of those. Get a jug of hot water and pour it into the
egg water.
Yeah, egg water. Yeah.
Bring a
I
knife
don't care.
to cut this egg. Bring a knife. Quick!
I pick up a knife.
I'm going to cut all my egg in slices.
Oh man, we are going to get killed during breakfast. That's going to be real sad.
I ordered the low-fat margarine.
Are these eggs vegan?
Can we go?
I've made my sandwich. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Clara just grabs an egg, smashes it, so the shell falls off, and then just starts eating it in his hand and walks out the door.
Yeah. No,
Got any napkins on the bar?
It's quite a meaty egg. It's
Scotch
big
egg.
and thick and it's quite dense. It's not a runny
I like
egg in
that.
any way.
That's like rubbery. Like,
Almost.
oh.
Like overcooked
Yeah.
squid.
It's not unpleasant, but yeah, it's got a calamari type texture to it.
Oh.
Because Munty's left, he's grabbed a chair and he drags it out the door and he sets it up in front to see what's going on. Just to sit on the chair.
Fine. So you can do so, and it looks like there's lots of people around now. There's many people are still looking at this ramp that's been created. You start to notice that some people are kind of looking through the mud now, and lots of people talking about this.
Oh.
There are other people looking in this other direction. There seems to be a little flock of people that have grouped together and are walking generally towards the town hall type.
Is there
area.
any like long coats, raincoats, or anything in the bar? Like any hooks or anything like that?
Have a quick investigation.
Meanwhile,
That's
Round
good
20
investigation.
Malcolm has drunk his mug of warm diluted mead quite happily and
Mead
feels
shandy.
much better. ready to take on the worm.
Meat shandy.
Dumps a lump of bread into the, wipes it around the inside of the cup and eats the
That's
bread.
pretty better, actually.
Ah, yes.
15 to look for some kind of rain cloak.
15.
Coat.
You can find a shawl that's folded up, kind of left underneath the table where Monty seems to be working from the bar. In fact,
Sweet.
there is a shawl,
He's going to grab that
a
and
brown
Does it
shawl,
look like the shawl that the beggar was wearing?
not dissimilar.
No.
You know.
he's going to grab it and try his best to look as nondescript as possible, being blue.
Sure.
6 foot blue man.
Armed to the teeth.
Yeah, it's a little bit short for you. It's got a
Yeah.
musty smell to it.
Only get some mud for his face outside.
Okay. So you're just getting scooping up a handful of mud.
It's just only going to draw
Just
attention to be
waffle.
covered in
Don't-
mud.
don't
You've had
rip it
so
on too
many
hard.
things
Yeah,
applied
I'm
to
being
your
very
face.
delicate with that.
Yeah, so you're just kind of
Yeah.
putting it all over your face and trying to. It sort of drips down. It's got this earthy aroma to it
And
and
I'm just saying,
clogs
it's
up
better
your.
than pig poo.
That is true.
Better than pig poo.
This is true.
Shouting inside, guys, we've got to hurry up.
But he's Nollis is going to leave, but he's just going to try his best to be nondescript.
Malcolm steps
Okay.
out
There's
onto
a
the
new
veranda.
coloured
munching.
Oh, who are you? I've never seen you before.
It's me, it's Nollis.
Yes.
This disguise is really good. Thank you for your help.
He's trying to be nice.
2 copper.
I'm not going to pay you.
Who's outside?
I've gone
Is it
outside.
the delegation?
I don't know.
It's empty and loads of people are gathering around the lift. And
What do we do?
Breakfast, yeah.
There's an egg on the bench.
Yeah.
The bar, sorry, not the
Don't
bench,
grab,
on the
yourself,
bar.
don't grab yourself an egg and some
Yeah,
bread.
I'm just gonna
Grab
chuck it-
mine on the way out.
Just
I
go-
did not eat.
Right, I'm going to throw mine. I'm going to hand you yours.
oh, it's at this point that Clary realises he could have cracked the eggs into the middle of the bread. They'd been fried.
Eggy
he'd
bread,
cut-
you could have
he
made
could have eggy
I
bread.
could have made it.
And he's like literally hands in his head and he's just
Nursing
like,
his hangover.
I could have had eggy bread.
Malcolm is munching on his mead-soaked bread, and so are you. What do you mean, eggy bread? Bastard! Why didn't you think of that half an hour ago?
Next town. Next town.
So you head back out into Broga, into this street, for want of a better word, alley, and you can see, you can certainly hear a lot of commotion coming from the town hall.
So what's going on over
The
there?
town hall.
In town hall.
We need
Oh.
to make a decision. Are we going to stay and see this one out, or are we going to go? Should we take a diplomatic?
If we
vote
go,
on
there will be trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we
this?
stay,
There will be double.
No, it most
it
likely
could be
double.
worse.
Nice face. And the child runs past. doesn't
Children
it?
do not understand the meaning of stealth.
Malcolm
I didn't even
kneels
see.
down and picks up a handful of mud and wangs it at the kid. And
You can make a ranged roll.
Oh dear.
Raged attack.
Is there a rock in there?
And then chaos.
16
Plus
plus 5.
Ho
Plus five
Knocked
dex.
him out.
21.
Okay.
Back in the head.
Yeah.
Killed a child.
And you hit him from the side and catch him off guard. He stumbles a little bit, runs off.
Oh, not even face down in the mud. Bollocks.
Kiss a man goose.
I think we should stay. I think if the town plan goes wrong, they're going to need us.
I don't even know who we're supposed to be rooting for. This man in Galatius is murdering people in the night. There is a woman in a mask saying there is an uprising that does not happen. What are we doing here?
It's got a point.
Saving the people.
From what? Themselves?
I think so, yeah.
These people are barbarians. It'd be better if
I
we
think
kill their leaders and lead them
firstly,
ourselves.
We're saving them from the elves. From elven takeover,
Are they going to
right?
kill each other? Like, I've been less than impressed of anyone in this town.
Maybe that's
Why
what
don't
we're
we burn them
supposed to be.
all right
Maybe
now?
that's what we're supposed to be saving them from. Maybe
Now
we're,
you're talking
I'm
my
snapped.
maybe
language.
we're here to stop a war rather than participate in one.
After a moment, you notice from behind the group of you as you're chatting outside, the younger 20-somethings, or probably late teens, early 20s, lad with the short orange hair from the farm that was putting out the fire with you, kind of comes up behind you. Hi guys, did you have any luck with the A-Fest?
I think it's safe to say that their business in this town is probably going to come to an end quite soon.
Probably yours.
Shut up!
What did you do?
There is no more eggs for you to collect.
I thought What did you do?
The entirety of the gambles in this town have moved on. I would choose another line of work.
He looks down at the ground. He starts sifting.
Mm.
I thought it was quiet today.
Mm.
What did you do? That's our business and their business.
We did nothing. They are animals. They left of their own volition.
Really?
If you mine gold, you do not expect the gold to be there forever. Money does not fall from the sky, friend.
Oh, can you guys just quiet down? Like, gee.
What this town really needs is a tea farm. There's a real gap in the market there.
Or a decent cafe.
Have they really gone?
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, why don't you run along and
Warn the rest of the town.
yeah, tell everybody else.
No sooner have you said that, he's run back towards the direction of his farm.
This is why people shouldn't rely on skills that are not martial.
You guys got rid of him.
Right.
They're
What are
going to
we
get
gonna
rid
do?
of us soon.
What
I
are we
think.
going to do? If we, I have a horrible feeling we're going to get run out of town at gunpoint.
If we are lucky.
Knife point.
By who? By the poisoned governor?
Well, no, possibly by everybody else who's living relied upon farming those eggs.
If we are leaving here, we need to come up with whatever our next plan is. Or we leave and we take up camp somewhere.
The mine seemed to be a clear cut.
Save the people kind
Save
of
the
thing.
people in the mine kind of thing. That seemed to be a clear cut mission. This is.
I appreciate that you're just putting a postfix on this to allow us to leave.
This is just getting a little
Like
bit
every other establishment we've visited.
We have only been to 2 towns. Come
Yeah.
on.
Save the people
Well,
from
what-
themselves. Save the people from their alcohol. Save the people
From
from
us.
eggs.
You noticed Foad Galak
Oh dear.
walking in the distance. Doesn't look like he's noticed you, and he's
I'm very
and he's
stealthy.
pacing very quickly in the direction of the town hall.
Oh, we could go to the town hall and see how things play out.
Yeah, I
Might
think
be
we should.
entertaining.
I think we should. Yeah, we caused enough harm that we could at least fix a little bit of
How
something.
would we fix it? What will we do?
Murder people. When it all goes wrong, Peter the rapist is probably going to die today. And Scum and the rest of them. And if that fails, I think the skills of some of our party members might be.
We would be
Might come in
at
use.
least be murdering the right people for a change.
Yeah.
You mean we
We
can
will
take the
know.
place of the council and just settle here? For
No,
the
we
rest of
will
the
move
campaign?
on. But the mines
there
in like
there
20
would be
days.
5 open
we've-
positions.
Yeah.
Listen, you're using the word murder quite easily and loosely.
That was satisfying.
Which I like, I agree. But it's just, I don't know who I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
murdering. You humans are very... It
I'm
is
not entirely
good.
sure that the mayor of this town is a human.
Good point.
I think we should go to the town hall. Let's at least check it out. We can go and look at the town hall and make our decision if we want to stay or leave.
Zolan, you're
From-
the de facto leader. We follow you.
Let's go. Town
Let's
hall
go
then.
there.
Can
We'll
we
walk
not take
through.
a vote? Is that now that we are not a democratic
Oh,
group
yeah. When
anymore?
did the de facto leadership
Oh,
change?
there's never.
Oh,
It was never
Okay.
agreed on here.
Look at
But I'm going to the town hall.
This guy is challenging your leadership,
I'm
Malcolm.
sneaking through the legs.
I will join you to the town hall only if it goes well or unwell. Our second plan is to leave.
Yeah,
of course,
I
yeah.
agree absolutely. The moment
Okay.
things look like they're going to going to turn ugly.
If we go to the town hall, I will be not held personally responsible if I kill someone.
We should be prepared to leave at the earliest possible eventuality.
well,
should
Badger
that be
Thorny
necessary.
has made quite the nifty escape
Exactly.
route.
And we are wearing our wonderful mud trekking boots, so I think we should be. I would like to see how things play out here, but
Yeah.
If
be
it kicks
prepared
off,
to leave.
I'm not good in close combat, so I'm not going first.
I
Plus,
will
I'm
go first.
incredibly hungover.
You can hear Zolan from in the crowd. Sage! Leadership and virtue! Not just destruction.
He's going first.
Let's go.
Stomps
so-
off behind
Yeah.
him, going.
Going
"For
Going
fuck's
off.
sake, friggin'
So the 5 of you are walking in that direction over to the town hall.
Walking sounds so determined fashion, but
Conversation.
trudging.
Sauntering.
Do any of you have any spells that could change the weather, make darkness, make it dark?
Perhaps. If it would not get us home.
Oh.
Get rid of hangovers. Anything?
Well, I tell you what I can do. can bloody predict the weather. I can tell you if it's going to get dark in the next 24 hours.
It's fine, just leave it.
I'm fairly certain I can tell you that.
For what reason do you need it?
I just have a feeling darkness is useful for escape.
If you can see in it.
For my escape.
Perhaps.
We'll be fine.
Mate,
We can think of something.
I've got your back.
Okay,
We need to get out of here, we're out of here.
Yeah.
cool. Through the door.
It's
mate.
only some gamble eggs, we're fine. Or maybe
You
not
can-
through the door.
I hope
We'll-
we're having this
we'll-
conversation
yeah,
as we walk
as
through
we're
the door.
we're not going through the door. We're going to get to the crowd and see what's at the town hall.
I hope you
If
can
we've got a
turn into a
delegation
chariot.
with potentially 10 paladins, then we don't go
the
inside.
big-
Are we having this
thing
conversation
I
at the
can
back
turn
of the
into.
crowd?
Yeah,
It's going to
crowd.
carry you.
The crowd seems to dissipate just a little bit. There's not the
Is
same.
there, actually, that's a thought. As we've been wandering around, has there been any sign of any sort of wagon?
Of what type are you?
You know, of the pulled by horses variety.
I guess you make a general perception roll.
Ain't being no dog's body.
17. That's 19.
19. The only wagons of any sort that you noticed were on the two farms.
And no sign of any animals that they could be hitched up to.
Beasts of burdens.
Give you a nifty giant rat at the helm.
So you're walking up to the town
That
hall.
would be you, though, wouldn't it?
There are a few people around. There's certainly children around. There's a few grown-ups just chatting about the hall in general. But the door is wide open, and there doesn't seem to be anyone guarding it as such.
I'm just going to sort of sidle up to
No
somebody
economics ministers.
up behind someone and say, has the delegation arrived?
Yeah.
Yeah? How many of them is there? Who are they?
6.
Yeah? What? Elves? People?
Yeah, people.
Are they armed?
One of them's posh.
Is Demrick
Gosh.
with them?
Posh? Is there any guards? Any armed guards? Anybody?
Yeah, the guards.
Uniform? Big uniform? Plumed hat?
In there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, guys.
Oh yeah, we don't go in yet. Let's wait it out.
Let's. So
Well,
I'm going to sort of.
Any windows?
I'm going to sort of sidle my way.
There
That wasn't a question to the character. That
Yeah,
was
there
it.
are windows.
As the one who I've got my hood up, so as a sort of least likely to be standing out in the crowd.
Has
I'm
anyone
gonna-
else
I'm
got their
gonna-
hoods up in the crowd?
It's the Assassin's Creed thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I can tell you who's an assassin because it's the only person dressed as an assassin.
He does a lot of eagle jumps. Yeah, so you can sidle through the
I'm
crowd.
sort of going
Just
to
trying
work my
blend
way
in.
through the crowd, trying to not look too conspicuous,
Sure.
just to try and see if I can. I just want to try and get close enough so that I can have a look in through the door and see who is in there.
Sure. So you can get up to the door totally unimpeded. No one's stopping you doing anything. And as you look up to the look through the door at where the long table was, you can see that the table's totally full. There's one or two people stood around it as well, so there's overspill in the room. You can see all of the council, as you know them, in there. A couple of them have their heads down on the table. You can see Umber at the far end wearing his top hat again. And you can see Chastity sitting down. You can see the people that you met in the pub. You can see Munty again. You can see Campbellwood and Dr. Gable. And you can see 6 blue and orange soldiers' uniforms bearing the marks of Calus. You can
Calus.
see. You also see another man who may be recognised, but you're not entirely sure. And you see. You also see stood around the table both Mr. Bergax and Mr. Afest.
Right.
Thorna, can you transform into anything really, really, really small?
So I will make my way back. I'll make my way back through the crowd to my friends and impart what I have seen.
Okay.
There is soldiers there. I think possibly Captain Vilmos might be there, but it's dark in there and I couldn't tell.
I think we should maybe send Thorinir in to spy. I'm not going in there. They not guards of
Well, no,
Calus.
any of us are going to be easily recognisable in there at the moment.
We're recognisable or you guys.
Well, I don't mind being recognised, but
to the town if they.
you didn't go. They don't know you.
He was in combat there. There was.
I only
for
just
sure.
turned up, but my worry is that the council members know who we are as well.
Oh, that's
So
true.
that's it. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
from
Both.
Calus.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. It's Foad Galak as you turn
Oh,
around.
good lord. Hi.
Marcel's just gonna re-sheath his sword. Sorry, Frank.
Mr. Galak, what can he do for you?
Make sure it doesn't go ahead.
Are you gonna make sure it doesn't go ahead?
I have no reason to be in there. You work for Calus as far as they understand.
Not as far as the people from Calus understand.
There are more people in there than I realised there would be.
How's the poisoning going? Nobody's dead yet.
And he just walks off and he looks at you and he just taps his coin purse as he looks back at you all.
Oh, he's a dodgy guy. He says that loud enough for Galak to hear.
Great,
Okay,
great
so
Colossians.
we're trying to stop the gamble egg trade going through. Is that
Well,
right?
we've done that.
Well, they don't know that yet.
Quite not so
If you want
badly.
to stop this, I can stop this.
Do we even know that is the right thing to do?
I don't know. That's why the cat. and
Why
the
have we not
spying and the
seen-
thing?
Why have we not seen this resistance that we were promised?
There is no one here to.
Where is this masked woman who came and told us of something and
Where,
is not
where,
followed through?
where are the resistance? I mean, the not feeling very well doesn't seem to be working too well. at the moment.
Why are the farmers in there? We have to know what they're saying. Sure.
Well, it's a trade delegation, isn't it?
Yeah, but they might be
Yeah.
talking about the eggs gone.
No, they don't know about that yet, surely.
The farmers don't know that the eggs have gone.
Oh, okay.
I think you're right. Cat it up.
Just in public.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm gonna just check, see if anyone's looking.
Okay. Yeah, there are people all around you
The
still.
old shoelace.
Okay. Can I get? What if I went in, just far enough to like the entrance hall, and hid behind the door or something?
Okay, you're trying to stealth in effect.
Yeah,
Just
stealth.
give me your stealth roll.
That won't be good.
You must get
Before he
cat
goes
stealth.
in.
Oh, before you're a cat or after? a cat?
No, I'm stealthing to make sure I can
Oh,
become a
okay.
Before he goes in, Norris is going to touch him on the shoulder and say, "Do not worry. Celeste will not bring us this far to let us fail." And while he's doing that, he's going to cast Guidance to give you an extra D4 on that roll.
D4.
Have a D4.
Can
you
Claire-
physically have a D4 as well?
Can Clary stand at the front of the crowd and ready a spell?
That helped.
As long as your eyes don't start
And what is the spell you're
combusting.
ready?
It's more fun if I don't tell you.
Okay, I suspect I know which one it is. And what are you readying it for?
If it starts to kick off inside, and I see my man Thorinir running out as a cat,
Okay, so as soon as the cat leaves,
Malcolm is
if
surreptitiously...
the cat leaves with like a meow and runs out, right? Then yeah.
Thorinir cat is cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
He isn't gonna.
And
panic
you
in
can
this
hold
situation.
me to that, Jack,
Okay.
because I feel like that's something you might do.
Malcolm is slowly and surreptitiously pulling his quarterstaff out of
You're not going to need that, baby.
strapped to my back. So yeah, I'm just going to pull it out, and I'm kind of leaning on it like a staff, so that it doesn't look like I've got a weapon ready. But I've got a weapon ready.
okay. Fine. So the
Because
cat.
I'm
Well,
not
the-
aware
the-
that you've
the
got a spell
stealth.
ready.
To get into the doorway out of sight was a whopping 8.
8. Okay.
Very stealthy.
So
Whopping.
you walk into the doorway and try and kind of slink around to the right hand side behind the door, and the kind of
Yep.
this thrown chairs in front of you. You've got a table to the left, a few bits and pieces to your right, and this large hall as you've gone up to the stilted porch. As soon as you walk in, 2 or 3 heads turn towards you, one of whom is Umber, the mayor, and then a couple, Mr. Bergax and Mr. Afas both see you as well. And you see Mr. A-Fest looking a little bit startled that you're there. "Hello, Blue Lock," says Umber.
Oh, such a good memory.
"This is Blue Lock, please join us. He is the king." And everyone looks around. Everyone looks around at each other and kind of at you. And you see these 6 soldiers from Calus.
I'm going to scan every face and see if I've
believe.
seen them before.
Does
Okay,
he
so
roll
make-
deception?
Make your perception rolls.
You get an extra D4.
Yeah,
Ooh, lovely.
You're blessed, my friend.
You stay blessed.
22.
22. So you notice all the people that I just described to Malcolm are in there, sat at the table. 2, Scum and Peter both have their heads down on the table, like they've fallen asleep. And you also notice you see a face there that you recognise as the man in Calus who was splashed from a puddle
Ooh, the merchant.
outside the Troubadour. He has
The stroppy merchant.
long, slightly wavy brown hair, a brown moustache, a thin, pale face, dressed in blue and white, aristocratic style merchant clothing.
It was the elf that splashed him.
It's
It's a human that splashed.
it was one of the soldiers that had
Okay,
splashed him, and
okay.
he scorned them at the time. And Captain Vilnos.
I want to remind you,
Silenced
you
him.
were in chains
Yeah.
during that.
So
2 chains.
So basically, I'm like, oh! I duck back into the doorway,
Back out.
just back out, like, while shouting, "All of the eggs are missing!"
As a cat? Are we-
No, I'm not a cat.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a cat.
Never made it that far.
And that's
Okay.
no spell is triggered.
And then you've retreated back out.
And I've retreated back out.
Okay. And Munty comes back over to the door. He's the first face to appear. "Oh, what are you doing? Are you coming in?"
There are no eggs. This is big news.
"Oh,
There are no gamble.
we are trying to negotiate the deal now, so if you could keep watch on the door, that would be fantastic.
Okay,
But we have this in hand, thank you."
okay. No need to come out anytime soon.
Okay.
Shall I shut the door?
No, it's fine. And he just heads back in.
I will shut the door.
Fine. No problem.
And I'm going to listen. I guess I can hear what they're
So you've got
saying.
your ear right up to the
Yeah.
door, in fact. Okay, so give me your perception rolls to see how good your hearing is through the door.
Ooh,
You don't
Would
actually
it
get
be-
the D4
Oh,
online.
no.
You only get it once.
Just 9.
9. Okay. So it's very muffled. Maybe you probably can't make out specifically who is talking at any point. You know, maybe occasionally. Seems to be many different voices chipping in at many different points. They're certainly negotiating. You can hear conversation about trade. You can hear conversation about eggs. You're not catching every word, just keywords. And occasional alarm just from people's voices. You can just sense inflection, that just some type of alarm.
Okay.
Is there any children near me? In the
There
crowd?
are children around, yes.
Right, I'm going to go up to one of these kids and produce a coin. And I'm going to say to
Oh,
this,
mister.
right, listen, I want you to do something for me. Give you this. If you go and run into that building and shout, all the gambles have gone. There's no gambles left in the town.
In there?
Yeah. There you go.
What colour coin is it?
It's
Black.
it's a half a gold piece, broken in half gold piece. There you go.
Doesn't break particularly.
Strength check.
Okay, I've got 5.5 gold in my pouch at the moment. So whatever is a
I'll
silver.
do it for 5.5 gold.
Say that out loud. A silver coin. A silver coin.
Silver?
He's going to be
Silver.
I'm
swearing
not doing
around
that for a
town.
silver
Silver
coin.
coin. Look, it's a whole silver coin.
10
I mean,
silver.
2. 2 silver coins. You run in there and shout to the delegation in there that there's no gambles anywhere in town. Come on. 2 silver. Clinky, clinky. Come on.
What's your play,
And
Malcolm?
he's looking at you. He's like,
break up
I'll have that sword.
You won't have the sword. It's far too big for somebody like you. You'd hurt yourself with it. If you don't get on with it, I'll hurt you with it.
Have you got a sandwich left?
5 silver.
3 silver. I can't believe I'm negotiating with a child.
4 silver.
It's a good negotiator.
And 1 galosh.
3 silver, and I won't slap you around the back of the head again.
Oh, make an intimidation roll.
Oh, jeepers. We've been here before.
15. That's 19.
All right. 3 silver. I want it now, though.
Alright, give him the coin.
Takes it. Bites it.
Get on with it.
The eggs have gone.
The gambles have gone. There's
Gam-
no gambles left in the town.
He looks around him and he just runs straight in.
Whoa!
Teeth on it.
So I've got him, right?
Let him in.
Be a little stealthy with him.
Let him in.
He's kicking. He's going to kick in his legs.
I'm holding real tight.
Let him
Real
in.
tight, because I'm real conscious that there's... like I'm
Let
trying
him
to...
in. Let him in.
Huh?
If we have to kill these guys, we're only going to have the chance of them being in one place once.
I'm
And
trying
that
to
is
avoid
now.
us having to kill these people. I'm trying to break up the delegation.
He's still wriggling.
Let him in. Let him in.
Let it
him in.
play out for
You're
him.
the new de facto leader of the group.
Let him in. I'll give you the nod and the wink. It's alright.
You going to kill? And a few people look up as he says that.
I'll kill you if you don't hurry up.
And he takes the door handle and he just runs inside just for a moment, looks like before he's even thought about it. Oh, the gambles have gone! The gambles have gone! Turns around, just runs straight past you, just ducks down underneath you, and just whizzes, doesn't even look at you again, and runs straight into the distance.
In this time, whacking out my bedroll, I'm going to plop it over my head, hunch down, and just like lean against the building.
Okay. And Munty comes to the door again. What is going on? What is that boy? What's happening?
And I saw a whisper, stage whisper to the crowd that has got their backs to me. He said all the eggs have gone. He said all the gambles have gone. All the gambles have gone. He said all the gambles have gone.
They have. They've gone.
Look, there's no gambles in the town. They've all
The
gone.
gambles gone. And people are starting to dig through the
Join
mud.
in. There's no gamble.
What? And he just leaves the room, and it looks like he waves to somebody else. And as he steps down off the porch, Dr. Gable's with him as well.
Showing no signs of any illness yet.
Blood vessels. He's got a lot of blood vessels quite high in his face, but that's nothing new. And they both come down. They say the gambles have gone, and everyone's a bit panicked, and there's a lot of high resonance chatter. And at that point, people are looking around.
I think this more or less breaks up the trade, perhaps.
And they quickly
this is
walk.
the time that we should leave.
I think, yeah.
They walk back into the main room, and they, after a moment or two, Mr. Bergax and Mr. Aphas both come out together with Dr. Gable and Munty. I'll check your farms. What is... These people cannot be trusted. These are bandits. These tried to steal my barrel yesterday.
Do you remember a few moments ago when I said we should leave?
Well,
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to leave.
After a moment... Ah! Ah! From inside. Ah! And they...
Is that the sound of the deep doo-doo
Dr.
bird?
Gable
It's not
looks
the
around.
penis man again, is it?
Dr. Gable looks around the corner. Oh my gosh! He just runs back inside.
While distracted, Clara would like to go around the edge of the building and wait, sort of like watching the entrance but over his shoulder.
Okay,
If you'd allow me to slink on over there,
sure.
stealthily.
Yeah. Do you want to make a stealth roll?
Thank you. It's a 1!
Nice.
And no +2 stealth is really going to help me in that situation.
Nice.
Stealthily, he
So as you're
walked
trying to
along.
stealth over,
Yeah.
Mr. Mr. A-Fest kind of just grabs you by the arm.
Nostrils.
Yeah.
By the arm. You stole from my farm. Look, check your... Mr. Burgax, check your farm. They say the gumballs have gone... Ah! After a moment, Chastity runs out from the front door. Her face is streaming with blood. Just all down her nose and into her mouth. Oh! And just from the top of the doorway, she just falls face down onto the main entrance. Children scream, ah! Yeah. After a moment, there's a few more of the other members. So Camber Wood kind of returns to the doorway. Oh my! Two of the soldiers come as well. What's going on?
Nollis, we've got to go.
Is
Time to leave.
Is Clara being held?
I'm being held, right?
At the moment, he's just got you by the arm.
Can I strength check him? Try and shake it off?
It's not tight enough so that he's just grasped you.
I will set him on fire if you don't let me get out of his grasp.
Everybody run.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're sort of, come on, go. Time to leave.
Where are we going?
Out.
Go now.
Out.
What?
Out.
Let's
We're
go
leaving.
to the edge of town. We haven't got to leave.
Stop them!
Go
Bandits!
now, Zolan. Go now.
That is Mr. A-Fest calling that.
I don't know who you're talking to because Clary's
Gone. Nollis is clearly waiting to watch the rear, of which there isn't one because people aren't running away.
Clary's.
They're trying to disrupt the trade route. It's the bandits. Stop them! We pay your taxes. Come on! So you guys are trying to take off.
Well, Jark is just
Apart from Jark.
sluck into the crowd.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure. If you wanna generally give me a stealth check, I guess, to blend in.
Just a meta. We have to leave before this becomes another Calus.
It's fine though, because these guys are arseholes and we've confirmed
it is
compared to
a
Calus was an
10.
unconfirmed arsehole.
Okay.
These are confirmed arseholes,
That is
so
true.
it's a little different.
One day we'll figure out how to leave a town without the population chasing us.
Yeah.
The soldiers look like they're making a move for you. What we're going to do is take a break.
Oh, dude.
It is
Rejoin.
hot
It is
in
hot in
here.
here, isn't it?
See what I've done here? I've even undone the buttons and wound my flies down for some extra, for a bit of extra breathability. What?
Hey,
Roll a d12.
wear some underwear next time.
My apologies.
I didn't need to know that. At least I'm over here.
I'm going to open up my
I was about to say at least I've got 5 foot of wood
Easy,
between me
mate.
and him, but that was the wrong thing to say.
Got a little close.
Easy now. Easy now.
Easy now.
Hello, chat. I'm
So-
very excited to see what
Are we
happens
still
next.
transmitting? We're not transmitting, are we?
Yeah, a break we do. Yeah.
Yes, we're still transmitting.
we don't stop.
Excellent.
Right, 5 minutes, and then we'll pick that up.
Anyone for a chocolate thingy?
Oh, someone new to the chat. Hello, I cannot pronounce that. Ryoko Joestar.
Oh, hello there. Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Was that one of
Nice
our
to meet you.
new subscriber rivalries?
No, it was not. But please feel free to subscribe.
Let him out.
Oh, and you didn't move.
I'll be there.
I thought you were going.
Give me a minute.
Right, while this break's going on, Jark is going to peg it.
Meta break. Okay.
I was looking at mesh doors, so
Chat, I've not prepared any questions
that's
for you,
what
so
you've
please
done,
feel
actually.
free to discuss our current situation and give us hints and tips.
hints and tips, eh?
Get the hell
What?
out of Dodge. Oh, hello. What's that?
Someone's following.
Underdog 007Z.
Hello!
Fantastic.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for following us.
Now is definitely the time to subscribe because we
What
have
did you
time
get?
to read it.
Yeah,
let's have a
definitely.
look.
What's going on? Is this a birthday present?
This is a birthday present. It's a little plastic slime.
With a figure in it.
Happy birthday to you.
We don't have to
Happy birthday to you. Not on the table.
Frogfish.
Hang on, there's something in there as well.
That is disgusting.
It's a
gamble.
Oh.
And there's a gamble.
Oh man, it's
Stick your
so
finger in there.
it's so thin.
Happy birthday to Carl.
Can't
Oh, that's revolting.
No, I don't want it.
At this point, I would like get point out
No,
this
just like
thing
the
that is
dragon
on the
soup, I
table.
don't
Dr. Pepper cotton candy.
Have a little. Oh, that's awful.
It's
It's even a little
wonderful
wet.
in its
Yeah,
revoltingness.
it's got a nice
If you like
so
things
hot
that
in
are
here. Are the windows
ridiculously
open?
sweet and
Yeah.
likely to give you diabetes, try this.
I'm going to go and take this. Someone just use the facilities, guys. When you're given a 5-minute break, you might as well
Yeah, might
use
as well.
them.
Might as well.
Might
Have
even
me
just
way.
stand outside and let your bum cool off.
Have you got the particular bum fan?
Right.
Oh,
So
blimey.
during most of that episode, Rich was googling mesh stools.
Absorbent seats.
I love a mesh chair.
Something a
So
little more
breathable.
hairy, I guess.
It is, it's so breathable.
I'll tell you what though, you don't ever want to accidentally sit down on a mesh chair naked.
I've never done that. Why?
Trust me on
What
this.
happens? Do you kind of like see?
Well, nothing
through
much
them?
happens when you sit down. It's when you go to stand up. That's when things
Like a
happen.
waxing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh dear, that is funny.
Climb out the window.
God, it's quite warm in it.
Wow.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you very much,
Thank you to
yeah.
new fans and old fans.
I hope you like all the comments we made about bums.
That's great.
We've had.
Real sweaty bums.
Sorry for all the teasing at the start of the episode, but we have got something very exciting that's going to be happening in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
We've got some big news, our biggest news yet.
He's
as
got his
die
serious
rolling.
voice on.
We're all pretty excited about it.
So
Oh,
yes,
no,
it's
not
still
yet.
the final thing has to be confirmed. But
Am I the only one who doesn't know what this is?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I
great.
think you know.
Yeah.
We're talking in the car.
Oh, okay.
You
But
know.
final bit of
What, now?
confirmation, but we will be big announcement.
We're getting,
drive.
we're getting, we're getting
round the block.
a fan.
We're getting a
We're getting a Dyson blade.
we're doing a Dyson blade.
Bladeless.
That was not quiet. I thought it was the laser printer in the office.
No,
I
no,
mean,
they
what
are.
is this?
Oh, those Dyson things, they're awful.
Man, it's not
They're,
quiet.
they're
yeah.
terrible. And they don't work very well.
Other fan brands are available.
And much better.
Yeah.
I would suggest that.
We've been paid by another brand to say that how bad Dyson. Those Dysons are bloody
Yeah, it's crap.
awful.
Yeah.
Bloody awful.
Their
Honest
Hoovers are
review.
awful as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Vacuum cleaners, no, the Hoovers are a different brand, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Hoovers aren't good though.
No, they're not.
They're bloody.
They break. They're so fragile.
They are bloody powerful. though.
Oh,
I
Not
feel
as
like.
powerful as a Henry, because the problem with Henry's too powerful, then it lifts the carpet out the side.
Do you-
of the
do you
room.
really wanna
can't
make-
beat a Henry?
It's
I'm
too
sorry,
hard.
I love my
It's
Henry.
fully
It
streaming.
feels too much like slave labour when you've got a name on it. And a face.
I was just saying, while we're slamming Dyson, do you really want to make an enemy of somebody who is an inventor? That
Oh,
could
it's
go
all
really,
right.
go
It's
really
all right.
badly for you.
That's why he lives halfway around the world now, so it doesn't really matter. He's not
Dyson,
gonna
where does
find me.
Dyson live?
He's moved to Malaysia.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's moved all his production
Jeremy?
stuff to Malaysia.
Corbin?
Jeremy Dyson.
Jeremy
Jeremy
Malaysia.
Dyson. Oh dear.
Yeah, he bought a house
Oh,
out there
thank
as
you.
well. I think it's Malaysia.
My soon-to-be wife bought me this t-shirt, so thank you very much.
There you go.
At the start of the stream, your beard and hair was described as magnificent.
Oh, thank you, whoever said that.
I assume it's still magnificent now.
In the heat, it might have changed.
Might have wilted
right?
somewhere.
Slightly
Actually,
soggy.
it's funny.
Curly.
Yesterday, was it today? Might have been today. Yes, it was today. I was standing outside Boots in Taunton.
Okay, one more drink.
Please
excuse me for a
I was waiting for the better half to turn up, and this little old lady came out of Boots and nearly walked into me. And she stopped and sort of looked me up and down, and I was preparing for a snide remark, and she just looked at me and went, "I like all this, lovely."
A walk sweaty feet.
What a lovely lady.
That was wonderful.
Was she an old lady or an angel?
No, a little grey-haired old lady.
Aw.
That's great.
Wonderful. Have we had any questions related to the situation we're in? No. Good stuff.
It's because everyone's like, oh yeah, they are screwed.
Can we outrun a whole town? Well, yes, we can. We know this because we've done it before.
The only tip we've had is run. Yeah.
We'd figured that one out for ourselves mostly.
I really hope Zolan runs.
I really
I've got
wanted
feeling
someone to
that
make
I'm gonna
a
be
call.
waiting there. Like,
If Zolan doesn't run, I'm setting him on fire. He's got to run. He's got to run. Has anyone else got second level spells? Humble brag.
yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Packing them, mate.
Yeah, nice.
All the cleric
Nice.
spells. Apart from I used one to make myself less drunk.
Ah, yes, yes. Is that lesser restoration? Question:
It is.
are you murder hobos by now? We kind of
we try
were,
not to be.
Yeah, we were in Calus a little
It
bit.
was a little bit stabby. We got a
Yeah.
little bit stabby.
Although,
So
to be fair, that was only because we were sort of being attacked.
yeah,
Well, we got found.
yes.
Yeah.
It was very much Legend of Zelda. Guy discovers you, and rather than go to the start of the dungeon or be thrown in prison, we thought, nah, we'll just stab him.
It didn't
And-
go well, did it? And
no.
the lightning gave it away.
Yeah,
That's the
so Nolus is protected by Celeste, which means if people hit him, they get struck by lightning. which means that it's normally pretty obvious. So that happened, and then we just... all of that was just the red mist descended, and we just started stabbing people in the public. Mostly guards. All guards.
Yeah, all horrible guards with young families.
With young families who tend to be nice guys.
But they don't have that written on their
No, if I'd known.
armour.
In fairness, if Nollis had known, he probably still would have done it.
Here we go.
I'm
We
gonna-
might become murder hobos in the next hour.
Coming in?
I contemplated removing my underwear to soak them in cold water and put them back on, but I didn't. It went through my mind though at one point.
And that would be a horrible feeling. As much as it would be cold, you'd have entirely wet underwear.
I would enjoy that right now.
No.
I don't turn up with underwear anymore. Why do that to yourself, guys?
I'm going to invest in a pair of shorts for next week.
Why restrain
You
yourself?
got shorts on? Oh no, you haven't.
No, I've got the
You've
roll,
got
I
roll,
rolled my jeans up to remind
I
me
think
of
next
extra
week I
breathability.
might wear shorts actually because they've got underwear built into them. So
I'm on sleeve strike at the moment. I can't wear sleeves in this room anymore.
Okay.
Nobody watches beneath it. There is actually an extra stream, a channel we run in parallel that is purely under the table. It's secret. We don't advertise it, so if you find it, good on you. It really is.
Yeah,
it's-
don't watch that stream.
It's the magic channel.
Yeah.
Is what?
That's
Well,
the
maybe.
worst
Oh,
one.
don't want to give it away.
I think that'd be a great channel. What, just general conversation like this?
No, it's a camera underneath the table.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Where can I subscribe?
hands above the table, boys. Come on.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
What happened, Jack?
How
You've
much
got like
do
a
you subscribe to
thermal
that?
warning on this camera.
It's not
I think it does it
premium.
most of the time, but what would you expect to be the symptom of an overheat?
It's
Well, it
too
catches
hot.
fire.
That's the symptom of it is it's quite hot. And it flashes red.
It is flashing.
You are flashing red.
They're flashing red.
I
at the
mean, it's
moment.
just so hot, that's why.
Yeah.
It concerns me.
It
a
might
little
explode.
more.
I'm buying a
The
mesh
walls of
stool.
my garden shed are about half an inch
Yeah.
thicker at the bottom than they are at the top now. It's slightly concerning.
Right, let's do this before my camera explodes due to temperature.
Oh, wicker.
You'd have to go on that side of the table, wouldn't you? You have to run it.
Yeah,
through
you'd
yourself.
I
Can you
just have to
imagine?
You'd
use-
have to be
yeah.
the ominous voice.
You have to
Oh,
set my
game
name.
screen.
Okay.
All the
The
rails
down
like
from
Jack does.
above.
Oh, to 20. Oh,
Okay.
it's another 20.
Right, it's a race against time to see if we can finish this episode before the camera catches fire.
Does anyone think this is the appropriate music for this moment?
Yes.
I don't.
It's going to be so
Scrag
calm.
music.
I think.
Oh.
I think something like
I think something along.
the sound of people dancing through a meadow. Da, 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 da. Archer's theme. That would be
Yeah.
comforting right now.
Apparently, put a wet towel in front of the window and open it. So that's
Oh, I
interesting.
like that.
What to make the air cooler?
I guess it cools the air, right?
Nice.
Yeah, that only works if there's actually an airflow.
No, nearly.
Of which there
There
is
isn't.
none. Yeah.
Bloody lovely.
Part of the
Yeah.
problem here is
Oh,
the
I reckon that's about
stagnant
3. That's my
level.
4th, I reckon.
All right, everybody, find your centres. Find your centres.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah,
so.
I knew.
Clara, go.
Yeah, lovely. Let's hope we get frickin' high. It is not frickin' high. It's a 7.
I got a natural 20!
Huzzah!
Hey.
Well, I don't really need one at this point of the game, but that would...
I need to
Why?
be doing
Well,
something.
Five. It's great.
While
Run.
yes, but while in combat would have been a useful
Nice.
time to roll that.
21.
Come on. You're 20. You add
Plus
dex.
3.
Yeah, 23.
23.
Neuf.
Oh,
Very good.
nice.
What?
I will be in France this week. So.
You. Japanese.
Okay. First up will be Malkin.
Neat.
Neat.
Oh, yes, that's me. Right, so I was amongst the crowd, towards the back of the crowd.
Strawberry.
Right.
Oh, dragon soup.
I am going to...
Would you like a lay of the land?
Could you please
Yes.
run?
Yes,
Could you please run?
Grab me and
Give me a
run.
description. I'm at the back of the crowd,
You are
more or less.
Yes, within the back of the crowd. You have this
Standing
long
next
town hall that's immediately in front of you. That's maybe a 60 or so foot wide building. There are 2 guards that are right next to where Thorinir is on the porch that leads up to this stilted building in this bog that we're in at the moment.
Whoa, I was in the porch. I was backing into the crowd.
I'm sorry, backing into the crowd. I thought you were leant up against the door.
I was, but my final action was just blending in.
Okay, it was actually right.
Yeah.
And then there's a few. So Munty's around. Mr. Afest and Mr. Bergax are there. There are a few children and people that are just scarpering. Chastity's just dropped onto the floor with a blooded face.
Oh yeah.
You can see the lift from where you are is actually you're pretty close to where the lift is, only about 50 feet from your position. The town square is about 30 feet behind you.
How many people, at a rough estimate, can the lift hold?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, that's 6.
You think you could all fit on there?
At a quick glance, I think we could all fit on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. How does it? I would have taken this into account earlier on. How is it operated?
There is a winch of sorts that's detached from the main platform.
Of course there is. So one of us would have to stay behind to operate it. Okay.
Pay all the kids.
Yeah, that worked. Took me half an hour to get him to do anything last time.
What would you like to do, Malcolm?
A quick assessment of the situation. Do these guys up on the veranda look like they need any help?
In terms of whether they're in what regard? In terms of
Do I need to rush forward and leap into combat?
nobody's drawn a weapon yet.
Right. Apart from me. Okay. And Nollis is beside me,
Yes.
and these 3 guys are on the veranda. Okay, I'm going to run round the outskirts of the crowd to the side of the veranda. Can I get round to the side of the veranda
Sure. Yeah.
and just sort of position myself so that I can go to these guys, but also be in a position where I can jump in if they get attacked.
Okay. So you glide through this mud with ease. With
Oh
your,
yes,
With your specialist galoshes, and you're trying to get to the kind of edge of the building. So the,
dashing round the outskirts of the crowd.
So you've
Yeah.
gone further from the exit.
So you've,
Well,
so
yeah, but I'm trying to get support to you guys if you need it. There's no point in me running off on my own.
So you've left the main
Left the main crowd sort of.
crowd. You're just slightly away from it. You're only kind of 20 feet from them. It's
Yeah.
a relatively small porch.
So yeah, round to the sort of
The side nearer the lift,
the corner of the porch,
which is to the west.
so that I'm ready to. I'm there signalling to these guys, let's go.
Yeah. So
But I'm in the position where if the guards or anything attack them, I can jump in,
so you readying an action?
and I'm readying an action of jumping in to attack.
Okay. So if somebody
If somebody attacks one of the guys on the porch, I will leap into melee.
Okay. You can get. So you probably. I'll move you a little bit closer in effect. So you'll probably only fight. So that you're within melee reach of the edge of the porch. No worries. Okay. They're slightly above you, of course, because you're down below them.
Yeah.
All right, then, Malkin. After you, we go to Nollis.
Cool. Where am I?
You're in the middle of the crowd
Cool.
with everybody else. There are 2 soldiers from Calus that have spears, but they're not drawn as such.
Cool.
And then there's Mr. Afest who's shouting generally for the guards to stop you.
Cool. So I'm kind of on my own now, right?
You're within the centre of this crowd. There's a few little buildings back that are behind you. There's the main town hall in front of you and the steps up to the stilted building. And then 60 or so feet to your west is where this lift is. The pub is 40 feet behind you. There's the clearing where you scragged 50 feet to your southwest.
Okay. How far away are these guys up on the?
You're all very close. You're all within 20 feet of each other.
Yeah.
I've just
Okay.
sort of barged my way through, so yeah, not far away.
Cool. Nollis is going to, seeing what's going on, the fact that nobody's run away yet, say something in kind of almost a guttural Elvish, and he's going to use that to cast Bless. He's going to cast it on himself, Malkin, and possibly Claro as well. So bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number to the attack roll or saving throw. We can do that.
How long does that last for?
Up to 1 minute, so it's 10 rounds or until my concentration's broken. Other than that, can he make his move action to try and hide in the crowd?
Sure.
At least hide from the guards who would be able to see him.
You can give me. So the crowd is very quickly separated and stepping back away from Chastity, who just fell. Clearly, there's a commotion going on around here, so it is edging away.
Yeah, I suppose what I'm trying to do is just get so they don't entirely sure where I am. That I have to come and look for.
Sure. Okay, you're just trying to get in amongst people. So if you want to give me a stealth roll within this scenario,
I'll do that. That's a 16.
Okay. Fine. After you, Nolus, if that's you finished.
Yeah, that's everything I can do.
The man who you recognise as the man that was splashed within Calus originally, the brown wavy hair, the moustache. He comes out and he draws from a scabbard a thin rapier, and he quickly scans the area. These are the convicts from Calus! Catch them! And he just points his sword towards you, and he's not taking any further action. The 2 guards
Not
that are
enough to trigger my action. No.
you said if they were attacked, he isn't attacking at this point.
Okay.
But right now, 2 guards are going to grab the. So who's on the porch? You 2 are stood. No, you shuffled down a little bit, or attempted to. So probably Zolan and Thorny. You said you got down into the crowd.
Back into the crowd.
Yeah.
It's dark anyway right now.
Sure. Yeah. Zolan,
No
you were toward the porch.
I can be. I can't remember where I was, but if I was there, I was there.
So probably Zolan. We'll say you were the closest one
Yeah.
to the door. If everyone else is backed away a little, and the 2 guards that are nearest the door, and they're familiar, blue and orange, padded armour, and their chainmail coifs with their spears. They're just both trying to grab you and grapple you, in effect. So you can optionally dodge or
I'm a slippery customer.
use strength. So you can
Dodge,
use your dex
please.
or strength. Yeah. so it's your acrobatics, basically.
Yeah.
Contested against their athletics, and they have advantage because there's 2 of them doing it.
Boosh! Big rolls. Come on. Tell me.
19.
Fuck. 18.
18.
Yeah.
So you dodge one of them quite easily, and you kind of look around, but you don't realise this other man from the other side just grabs you, and the 2 of them just pull you back into the building. They use their movement to pull you 15.
Before they can pull him back, Malcolm leaps forward.
Go ahead, yes.
And takes
attack,
takes a strike with his staff against the guard that grabbed.
Sure. So they've kind of both got him, as it were. But you can
Double
use.
whack.
But there's one closer to you. They've almost got him arm in arm, either side. They just lift you up off the floor.
My legs are kicking.
Put me down! Swipe at the first one. If he's got both arms on,
Roll?
if he's got both arms on Zolan, I'm going for they've got helmets on, haven't they?
They have.
So I'm going for a
Face.
swipe at the side of the head.
Okay.
Just to knock him off balance, kind of thing.
Go ahead.
Non-lethal.
I'm going for those, man. Oh lordy.
Is that 1?
That's a 1.
Yeah. You also have
Hang on a minute, you can add D4 to it.
I've got a D4.
Oh yeah, you have to roll again because it's disadvantage.
Yeah, you also have disadvantage
Why is he disadvantaged?
because he's exhausted.
But you can add a D4 to it.
Yeah,
Don't you worry.
on a nat 1 on a combat roll, unfortunately.
Oh, it's another 1. Look at that. Woo! Hell,
It's a 2.
So you attempt to leap up and hit them. You sort of trip as you're coming up this height change.
Into a
You
sack.
just misjudge it slightly and just stumble. You manage to regain your footing.
Oh,
but-
at least
but
so
you-
you fall
your
face
hit-
down on the deck.
Yeah, your hit doesn't even reach them. You just swing and miss.
Humans.
Anything else, Malcolm, on your
This is fine.
readied action?
Well, I don't know actually. I don't know whether I would be able to make a second. I mean, under normal circumstances, I have a second attack, unarmed strike.
Is that when you hit or just when you attack?
I'm just trying to.
So technically, you've used your action was to ready.
Yeah.
Your reaction was to react.
It's a bonus action, so. Oops. Does that count as a bonus action?
I'm on the hand.
Your
Bonus on a reaction?
Can I get that?
You use your.
Yes.
So what is it you're trying to do? You're trying to do a follow-up strike.
Yeah.
You get 2 on a reaction.
Sure.
Let's
I love
have
your
a
rules.
look.
I like that a lot.
If I attack using unarmed strike or monk weapon, take an extra bonus action.
You are
unarmed
attacking?
Strike.
Yeah.
There you
It
go.
doesn't say anything
Yeah.
about if it has to be as a reaction.
Go for it then.
Do
Go for it.
Unarmed
Do
strike,
it.
so
Do it. Do
so-
it
I was
now.
just scratching my
just trying to make
size.
it the nearest of the
You were
two.
a casualty in there.
That's a 15. Do I get a +5 on an unarmed strike?
Yep.
Jeez,
Get all these normal
for that.
bonuses.
Oh yes, so +5, so that's 20 to hit.
It hits.
Right. Unarmed. Roll d4. That's 2 damage.
2 damage.
Slapping damage, basically.
Okay. Sure. So you just kind of open palm into the
Open-
face.
Yeah, open.
Oh, double
Yeah,
ear
I've
slap.
tried to go for this thing. I've stumbled and failed, and on the sort of backswing, swung my arm across and clapped this guy in the face.
So he's taken aback entirely, but they pull Zolan back into the building. You don't get an opportunity of attack because you've already used your reaction
Yeah.
to trigger that. And they pull him back into the room, lifted up on his 2 feet in
Legs dangling.
a derogatory fashion.
Yes.
Okay.
You're coming with us, Stunty.
After those guys, we get a foreigner.
Do you want a bottle?
That's right, I've got it. I've got sweaty hands.
Ah, famous German pervert.
Oh bloody hell! You ruined everything.
Ruined everything.
What can I see from
Now we
where I am?
can't set fire to the building.
So it's the same. So you've still got the crowd that are kind of backing away, but Chastity lying on the floor. You saw Malcolm go up and attempt to strike one of these. In the doorway at the moment, the only character you can see is this merchant who you saw back in Calus, who seems to be the leader of this group in some fashion with the rapier.
How far away is everyone from me?
Everyone other than Zolan is within 10 feet of you. You're all gathered around really tight, 10, 15 feet of you. The man stood at the doorway is 10 feet from you, just slightly raised. And then you've got, obviously, Zolan you just saw being hauled back into the town hall. There's a few other characters around. You see Munty, Mr. Bergax, Mr. Afest.
And if Zolan was to try and escape, could he do that with a dex roll?
So just trying to run.
If Zolan...
Oh, Zolan, sorry,
Yeah,
yes. Zolan, yeah, that's one thing he could do.
He could use a dex roll to escape. Okay. So, what Jark's going to do?
The alter ego has come out.
Oh, he's going to
Combatant.
pull his bedroll off. And he's just going to...
Who's that guy?
He's just going to go, ha! And then...
Was that it?
and then just put his bedroll back on. And he's going to point at the sky. He's just going to breathe in. And these leaves come from nowhere. Oh, he's collecting them all up.
At this point, already instantly, look, children and adults alike start screaming, "Magic!"
Yeah, he's gonna bellow. Just gonna be. These leaves are gonna fly, circle every one of the party, and they are gonna pass without trace for the next hour.
What does that?
To explain
So
this,
a veil of shadows is going to radiate from everyone that I touch within 30 feet. It's going to mask me and anyone I touch from detection for the duration of an hour.
Do you have to physically touch them?
No.
Yeah.
It's everyone up to the 30 feet.
Sure.
Which includes me, and everyone has plus 10 dexterity
Whoa.
for the next hour. A creature that received this bonus leaves behind no trace or other traces of its passage. So basically everyone goes invisible. I imagine if someone is held, he's still going to be felt, but you can hopefully dex them off.
Let me just check this one
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Plus 10 dex on just stealth.
Just stealth, yeah, just stealth.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, that is massively
Yeah.
needs nerfing.
So, sorry, give me the name. What was the spell again?
Pass.
Pass without trace.
Yeah.
Cool, I just want to have this one open so I understand it. Excellent.
Is everyone going invisible? then?
Okay, so this, obviously there's screaming. Munty's looking. Oh my god! Everyone's looking right at you.
Is it only me that's gone invisible then?
No,
Or
it's,
even
it's everyone.
Oh, yeah, the whole party?
Yeah.
Not. Oh, okay.
What about
us,
the,
us
what
five
about the
specifically.
NPCs that were in the sort of area of effect? Do they gain that sort of advantage?
It's,
as
it's
well?
No,
only, it's
it's
only
only-
people that I choose.
So many people
Oh,
who
right.
chooses.
Within 30 feet.
Right,
So it
okay.
can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives the bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. Okay. Anything else you want to do, Thorinir?
Slagging.
I'm real smug, just.
Okay, so you
Just
just.
gonna be, I'm just going to be testing it around the local people, just like. Because I've never done this before.
Yeah, they seem to be looking at you. Because you've unstealthed when you cast it. If you drew a lot of attention to yourself as you were casting it. If you were to stealth,
Sure.
that's when you get your bonus.
I can imagine you walk.
Oh.
You can't see me.
Well, you
I'm
got.
So we're
Invisible.
not invisible until we stealth.
Correct.
Well, you need a stealth check basically.
Yeah.
Your stealth check's got plus 10 to it, so it's
Yes.
like you can hide
How long is it
while
for?
in front of
Oh, yeah.
somebody.
One now.
It's for
So-
1 hour, yes,
Can
and
you
it's
just-
and it's concentration as well. So that means you can't cast any other, take any other. If you hold another concentration spell, it would end, or if you
Right.
take damage, it could end.
Bloody misread this one, didn't I?
But as you've got a move action,
You can still, yeah.
you can go into stealth
So I
now,
can
Yeah.
Go
roll,
into stealth mode.
roll
Yeah.
a stealth.
and
for
you'll
this
have
one.
plus 10 to it.
Is that plus 10 plus what
Yeah.
you would have on your dex?
Mhm.
I mean, on your.
Oh,
Blimey, but Ren wish you had this.
Have you got inspiration?
I do have an inspiration. Should I use that now?
I would.
Yes.
yeah.
Because that was the one. 23 and 25.
25. And where are you trying to hide?
Well, nowhere really. Just
In the Veil of Shadows.
yeah, just trying to hide in the veil of
You
shadows.
could, you could
In the shadow realm.
Yeah, I think. Stealth checks. Yeah. Okay. So you almost got this shadowy presence that
So
forms over you.
how do we know that we need to go stealthy?
Because she's surrounded by a Veil of Shadows.
It's the last thing I'll say. Stealth check.
At that point, you can hear some movement inside, and Zolan, you see what's happening. Two of these younger guards pick up their shields from the table, walk over. You notice that for the first time, as you're in there as well, you notice that Umber is also bleeding from one of his nostrils.
Worried about fighting him, so that's a bonus.
You've also got the other two, Scum and Peter.
Yeah.
They seem to be entirely conked out on the table, but you don't pay them too much attention. There's Camberwood still in there,
Yeah.
and a couple of others. And these other two guards just dash out and just look at the door, and they just have their spears in their hand now, and they're heading toward Malkin. You're immediately in front of one of them, and one of them is going to attack you. And I suspect it's going to hit with a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And he will make 4 piercing damage. So he sticks you with the pointy end of his spear.
Stick with the board, yeah.
The second one just comes to the other side of the merchant that's at the doorway, and he looks like he's ready to defend anyone that comes toward them. Okay. After that, we go to Claro.
Where's Nollis?
Nollis is near you. Yeah, you're all pretty relatively
Hiding.
close together.
Cool.
And now he's hiding very well.
Cool. And are there 2 guards down in the crowd with us? Sorry, or is it they're all up the top of the stairs?
Yeah, there's 2 at the top of the stairs. 2 at the top of the stairs. One that's just struck Malcolm. The other 2 took Zolan back in, and then but there's none actually off of the main town hall building.
Okay. We should have ran. Now you're all in.
We
melee
defeated
combat.
6 guards at level 1. We're level 3 now.
Yeah, but
And they got a load of dead. We got this.
I don't want to meta too much. Okay, cool. He just runs 30 feet back out of the crowd
Okay.
and readies a...
Which rough direction? 'Cause west is towards the left.
Yeah,
South is towards the inn and the clearing.
cool. And that's directly back from the town hall.
Yes.
So he just goes 30 feet back directly from the town hall.
Okay, so it's, it's
So-
facing the long side of
Yeah.
it is facing south.
Cool. So if anyone wants to get into melee combat with him, there's got a long way to go. And he is gonna ready.
Just to be clear to you, you're kind of between 2 buildings. There's almost a little alleyway.
It's
that
fine,
backs
yeah,
on,
and then there's
and
the
then
town
the long
hall in
building
front.
ahead
I
of
can
you.
see it, no
Yeah.
worries. And he's gonna ready a magic missile. The fingers are spinning in the air, but he's not gonna fire them yet.
Okay.
That's it.
You're very aware that there are definitely people here that can see you. You know, there's certainly children
Fuck
and
them.
things like there's just a lot of screaming, but you're obviously intent.
Yeah.
And have your attention elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you're readied. What are you waiting for?
I am waiting to defend whoever needs defending up in front of me. I have the range to do it, so I can see that my friends at the top of the stairs are in melee combat. I'm disappointed that they're in melee combat, and just waiting to defend basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's very much focused on. There's Nollis. There's the guys at the top of the stairs. He's ready to go.
One of the so there's 2 other guards that are in the room that you're the only one that can see any of this happening, Zolan. One of them comes over to you and punches you in the face.
Oh!
So an
That's a
unarmed
bit much.
attack.
Don't worry.
Lord.
Zolan's going to smite these fools. I'm going to get
and-
Nollis to do it.
No, just smite these fools for me, please. And amazingly, you didn't actually get advantage on a grappled creature,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
quite
Yeah, I always
amazing.
thought that's very
So
bizarre.
I rolled twice, but I've ignored the second one because you didn't get it.
Yeah.
So you
Very
misses.
bizarre.
Somehow you're dodging and
Spit in
squirming
his
enough.
eye.
Yeah.
Get off me.
Too short.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right his head.
But and so there's 4 of them right around you. The other one's just holding a spear to you, right
It's
to your
alright.
throat.
We got this.
We go around to Zolan.
Do you think in my restrained manner I could get a hand into the bag? Is there any way I could maybe...
It doesn't stop you casting spells.
'cause I'm wondering,
which is
but-
always weird.
It's one of those things that
Grappling rules are weird.
with the artificer, the spells are used with tools, so I kind of have to... Yeah,
Yeah, you don't
You
lose
know-
your action.
You don't lose your action, so
We
you
can-
Yeah,
So-
you,
weird thing about
so
grappling.
your speed is 0. That's the only thing.
that's fine. I
Yeah.
want to sneak into the bag. Pull out the can of grease.
The idea being, I suppose, they could have hold of him by the tops of his arms. kind of.
I think the kind of thing is you're meant to kind of just all be on top of each other, right? So
Yeah.
you can't go anywhere because they'll stop you from leaving, but you still got free movement, I guess. But it's a bit weird.
The can of grease is coming out.
Nice.
And right at my feet, providing I've got as many as I can in the same zone.
So within there are 4
10
guards
foot.
right around you.
10 foot, straight
Yeah.
to my feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe, for all of them. I don't know if it has to be movement through it.
Just give
I don't know if you have to
quickly. It
move
is
it, or
Greece
if it's-
is in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Just
Quickly
a
look for it. Got it here as well.
Who can find Greece?
Whoa, I'm a G. I've got it!
Grease.
Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square, centered on the point within range, and it turns into difficult terrain. Not for me. Galoshes. Thought about it. When the grease appears... When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed in a dexterity saving
Okay,
throw
so-
or fall prone.
Nice.
Okay.
I like this.
What is their dex?
Oh yeah, is that against my DC? No.
4, 10, 15, 20.
Is that against my DC
Ooh,
save?
20 might
would it
have
be?
done it.
Yeah, we'll
It sounds to me like
13.
2 have and 2 haven't.
13, yeah.
Yeah. So the first 2 succeeded, which are actually the ones grappling you. The second 2
Oh, that's
failed.
convenient.
Oh, that's very convenient.
Well, that was-
Oh.
I never cheat.
I still can, I think.
The first, so the 2 grappling you are holding you still.
Yeah.
Dice rolls that good.
And the second 2 are prone now, so they've just fallen flat.
Was that one of them tried to punch me?
Yeah, he's fallen. That's right. Yeah.
Bloody bastard. Can I attempt a stealth roll?
A veil of shadows
Yeah.
and silence
Yeah.
radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection.
It's plus 10 to stealth.
Plus 10 to
It's
stealth. I think you can make a stealth roll, but you can't get off of them.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, some
You
confusion.
can't hold what you cannot see.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
only make one spell. You mark that spell off, actually. Give me one spell.
Yeah. 1.
Oh, nearly in the drink that was. It's only going to be a 19.
A 19.
Only?
Only a
Only a
19.
But
19.
I'm in a very open position.
Yeah.
I would probably do like a...
If the thing I was holding disappeared, whoa!
Yeah. I mean, they're holding you, but for some reason they can't see you.
That's
It's entirely
I can
unclear.
feel
That's
it,
fair.
but I can't see it. And 2 of their friends have just fallen on their
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
This is all very confusing.
Dylan!
Great name.
Malkin.
Malcolm, right. So, I am on the veranda. I have 1 guard in front of me that I'm in combat with. There is another 2 guards on the veranda.
Yeah.
And the merchant with the...
So you've got 2 on the veranda,
Yeah.
and then the merchant with the rapier.
So there's just there's one...
And you
the
saw
one
2,
the one that's in combat, I'm
1
actually
plus
in
1
combat.
other guard,
Right.
and then the merchant, and then inside there are at least 2.
Okay, I'm going to take another swing with my staff at the side of the helmet of the guard that I'm in combat with.
Go for it.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh dear.
It's another one.
Well, you
You
don't
get
need
a
to roll
default.
your. Don't need to roll your.
You get a plus D4.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
There were an awful lot of 20s last week.
And another one.
It's returning images.
That's 2.
I think you
that's
need to-
twice. I've rolled a 1 and a 1.
I think you need to retire that
You
dice.
technically have
Grim
disadvantage as well, but I
And
won't
I've got
make you roll
disadvantage
that.
as well. So let's just see
Good.
what that would have been.
Yeah,
Well, that would have been a
figurative, yeah.
6 and a 3. That would have been 9,
Yeah.
which still wouldn't have been enough to
It
hit
physically can't get any worse. So
Yeah.
so you try and take this strike of them. For whatever reason, you're slipping, and these galoshes just aren't holding up at this point in
They're
time.
probably still covered in mud, and I'm on the wooden planks.
You haven't got the room to swing your quarterstaff quite as well. It's a little bit tight with how the veranda is.
Again,
set.
I've got a follow-up strike.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. No, I've got a follow-up strike. So again, as the thing misses on the backswing, I'm going to deal him another blow to the side of the head with an
Okay.
open hand as hard as I can. 13. That's 50. 18.
18 will do it.
Right. That's 1.
1
1 damage.
plus anything?
Plus you strike.
Just 1?
Yeah, I think it's just 1.
Oh, do I get anything for that? No, that's 1d. It just says roll a d4 instead of usual
Okay.
roll for damage for unarmed strike.
Fine.
There you go.
So, yes, you've hit him for 1. So again, you can open hand him, striking. This is a different one that you're hitting now.
Oh, is this different guy? Oh.
Yes, because the other was the one that was holding Zolan that returned
they're
back
all
inside.
used to be swiping and missing.
Okay. Remember that the other one behind him is kind of ready, looking down the stairs, just so you guys are aware.
Cool.
After that, is there anything else you want to do, Malcolm?
I am going to attempt to stealth. Can I do that?
I mean, you've got a veil of shadows there.
So I'm having stumbled and delivered this guy a slap while he's distracted by his helmet being twisted slightly to the side. I'm going to take a couple of side steps and attempt to hide.
Vanish.
That's
Well, mind you-
17.
17, that's pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
From a 2, that's alright.
From rolling a 2, I'm going to take the 17.
Yeah, so you just kind of...
I have +5 on stealth. So.
Yeah, you just kind of disappear into the wall as you guys see it. You're looking at it, you're like, whoa!
Up against
It
the
just
wall.
kind of disappears out of all of your vision,
I vanish.
and seemingly out of thin air.
Into the upside down.
Into thin
Just
Yeah.
upside down.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
air. Yeah. Nollis.
So, does my stealth roll from last time still stand? Nobody's seen me, presumably, so I rolled an 18 last time.
Currently, that's the situation you're in.
That put me currently on 28 for stealth. I'm in the Veil of Shadow.
You haven't made a stealth check since that's been
Still be
cast.
plus 10.
So unless you roll a 1, you're doing alright.
So you want me to re-roll my stealth roll from last time?
Yeah, it was before it was cast though, wasn't it?
Well, I was already hidden when it hit.
It only gives you a plus 10 to stealth checks.
Okay, I will
You
re-roll.
haven't made one since that's been cast.
Cool, so that's... what is that?
Enough.
That's 21.
21.
Even
So
better.
similarly, you feel even more hidden than you were previously.
Can I see through the door? Can I see where Zerlin is from where I am? The door's open, right?
It's pretty obscured because you've got the 3 members of... You've got the 2 guards and Malcolm has disappeared, and then you've also got the merchant with the rapier, so pretty obscured in there.
And this alleyway...
Jark's up there as well.
Yeah, this alleyway that Claire is in, how tall are the buildings outside?
So they're on stilts, so they're taller than your average single-story building. They are all single-story, but they're 6 foot at least in terms of their height, and then there's a few foot of stilts as
They're
well.
not easily climbable.
Oh no.
Are you trying to climb the building?
Well, I'm not until you tell me whether they're easily climbable.
Wait, is there a hairpin up to the...
Yeah.
We can make an insight check just to see.
Insight. So investigation or
Insight?
something? Is there an insight?
Yeah, there's insight. I think it's.
Oh, insight. Sorry, I completely missed it. Apologies. That's a natural 20 plus 4, 24.
24. Could be climbed.
If I rolled a natural 20 and I got could be climbed, I'll assume that means it's unclimbable. I will go over to where Claro is.
You should have used that on your climb action.
Yeah, there you go. I float up to the top of the building. I'm going to knock an arrow and I'm going to shoot the guy who's punching Malkin.
Okay. So
shoot Malcolm.
if
Invisible
you-
I'm
Malcolm.
going to shoot an arrow wildly into a crowd of civilians.
Fine, so you're kind of just out of melee, so you're maybe 8-9 feet away, and then you're firing the arrow into that person. Go ahead.
Oh no, I moved up to where Claro is.
Oh, sorry, my
So I
apologies.
moved 30 feet.
Yeah, so you're backing up to there and
Yeah.
standing alongside Clary. Fine.
Oh no, I had to re-roll my stealth roll, so that's my action. So I can't take
Yeah, of
a
course.
shot.
Oh, sorry, this one's sick.
Hide is an action, yes.
Just reading it.
I had to re-hide.
In which case, I will fling my magic missiles at a guy attacking Malcolm.
Okay.
Oh, is it you now?
Well, no, I'd readied it, so I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done this. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target.
It's been a number of weeks since I rolled initiative.
And you get
Yeah.
I don't think I ever plus ones on. One of those, that's a 4, lovely. And that's a 2. And that's another 2, so that is 8 plus 3, which is 11 damage.
Okay, these
Nice.
3 darts fire into his body right next to you. You can't even see Malcolm anymore.
Yeah.
Right next to you, and they fire him back into the wall. The first one hits him into the wall, the second one knocks him down, and the third one seems to kill him. This
Huzzah!
guard
You bitches,
has
isn't it?
fallen down on the porchway right next to where Chastity's lying there, and he too is now apparently deceased.
Despite her appearing to be deceased or at least unconscious, Chastity manages to put an arm around the man, pull him closer to him, mumbling into the mud. Hello, Taylor.
Okay. Anything else you want to do, Clary?
And then that was my reaction. So
So it was Nollis last. So now, magic users, the Justicaries are coming, don't you know? And he comes down, and he sees
Who's left?
who's left, and he returns back into the room behind him, and he talks to you for a moment.
Can't see this. John Cena style.
You
Don't
are
know what his
going.
special move is. But
You are going to Equa, my friend.
spit on him.
And hang on, before he says that,
Slip.
he's got to check he can see you.
Slip on there.
You are,
It's all
he's
greasy.
already talking as he comes in. You
Yeah.
are going back to Equa, my friend. And he looks around, and they're like, he's here. I can feel him, but I can't see him. They're magicians.
Has he stepped within the oily patch? By any
Um,
chance?
he is stood still pretty much where he is at the doorway. He's just so it's back to the doorway now.
You want to come here and say
And
that?
he's just confused as to what he's seeing.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything
I think if the
further.
guards try to move as well, they'll have to perform a dex to leave that zone.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
to be-
We go to the guards that are holding you.
Yeah.
I believe they start their turn in the grease. They have to make a dex saving throw.
Even at the start of
Is
their
that true?
turn, is it?
Let me look. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there have to
Okay,
end
ends
turn
its turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. What should we do? They both look. You can see how confused they are.
Yeah.
Hit him! And one of them again, just open hand, who's not using his
Yeah.
spear, is just attempting to punch where you
I'm
are.
gonna try and catch his fist in my mouth.
And he rolled a 1. So
Yeah,
as,
get him as well. Caught his fist in your mouth.
as he attempts to punch you, he slips on the grease and he goes arse over tit and just lands on the floor. Ah! And fails hopelessly. The second one is trying to use his turn to see you. So he's just looking real closely at you.
Not very nice. Looking.
And got a 17, what did you roll?
17.
17
Was it
matches
17? It was
it.
7 plus 2, 19.
19
It was
doesn't see you.
19, yeah.
He's just looking right at you. Where are you? And he can feel you, so he knows where you
Yeah.
are. But he's really trying to focus on you and look at you. But he just can't see you.
Good. John Cena, you can't see this.
We go.
Was that what he
Thorny.
says when you can't touch this? I can't remember what he
That's
said.
empty hammer.
Is it?
That was definitive.
Thorny.
So yeah, I'm gonna sneak in to the doorway, I guess, avoiding any grease. Can I just?
So as you get to the doorway, you've got the back of the merchant.
Right in front of you.
The grease is difficult terrain, which you ignore with your galoshes as well. So that's no.
So
I believe it's
from
difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it ignores movement penalties. You might still have to make
okay.
a dex check.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But
If-
the
so if-
merchant
if
is
I-
between you and the grease, which is over.
is there a sweet spot where I can see the guy holding Zoland, like, but not be obstructed by this merchant?
Yes, but you're probably going to need to get within 5 feet of him to see it, if you see what I mean.
Okay. So can I sneak up and round?
He's in the doorway, like taking up the entire. So he's physically stood in the doorway. So in some way you'd have to squeeze past him or something if you want to get round him.
Probably could squeeze past him, though, right?
Yeah. Do you want to attempt to kind of acrobatics through him?
I basically want to fire a bow at an arrow, not fire a bow. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I want to fire an arrow at this guy's shin.
Fine. So you can get. So basically you can do it, but you're going to be within melee now of the merchant.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so I want to squeeze in and like stealth round him.
To attempt to get actually physically past him into the room.
As in, like, to a view that I can.
Yeah, so you can get behind him over his shoulder, as it were, You're within
over
5
him
feet of
or,
him
like,
or over him.
between his
or
legs,
around him.
anything.
Yeah,
Because he can't see me, so.
no problem. As you attack, that bursts your stealth, as it were.
Oh dear.
Hey, none of it hiding.
But you can still do it, yeah.
Get the shot off.
Yep, so I will do that. But I need some dice.
What
dice do you
dice
require?
would you like?
It's been a long time since I've attacked.
D20 to
I
hit.
imagine this is
D20
20,
first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the first thing.
Have you got
which is a 9.
down here?
A 9 is not going to hit, I'm afraid.
Well then, I just stealth. Roll stealth.
That is an action, unfortunately.
You already
Okay.
moved.
Well, then
Oh no,
I'll
it
just,
is an action, so you can't. Yeah.
I'll just stay there.
Okay.
Being-
You try and loose that arrow just behind him,
Yeah.
and as you do so, you kind of reveal this magic.
And I guess move into
Vapor.
the crowd
Yeah, you got more
as
movement.
best I can.
Okay. So technically, as you move back into the crowd, he has the opportunity to take an attack of opportunity
It's fine because
against
he won't
you.
hit me.
Fine.
I,
So-
I like that attitude.
So-
Oh wow.
He's turning
That is a
around
good
as the arrow comes over him, and he looks around and it's instinctively he just strikes at you with his rapier. And he will get a 21 to hit.
Well, that is a hit.
So
Um,
damage of 2.
Confidence is no shield against a rapier.
6 piercing damage.
I
Strike.
can take that like so many times.
Look out!
But I've totally misread this spell. I assumed we'd just waltz out of here undetected. but
No, it was a good move. Still a
Yeah.
good
We've
move.
had a long rest. You
Still useful. You're still holding the concentration.
You're not at full health.
no, I am at full set.
I was good.
I did try and rub
Oh,
it
you'd
out.
have
Oh, I
That's
thought-
just,
okay.
You gotta
I
make
just,
a
that's just a weak rubbing
concentration
out.
check.
No worries, that's fine.
Yes, you're right. So as you're struck by this rapier, you need to make a
Remove
concentration check
now.
to see whether you hold the spell, because it's very distracting getting
right.
struck with this rapier.
Need you to
Oh,
keep me
oh, oh.
Which I
invisible.
believe is your. Actually, no. Is it your spellcasting ability or is it wisdom?
Yeah, it's your spellcasting
Spell,
ability,
whatever your
whatever it
spellcasting ability is. Cool.
is. Which is wisdom for you, isn't it?
This is
Yeah.
a bloody
Yeah, it's
shit
wisdom.
spell.
It's a wisdom check.
It's no.
And
It's
so
a good spell.
Please don't.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
what
I
it is.
just think it's used in the wrong
Yeah.
context.
Yeah.
It's the first time
This
it's
is the
used.
kind of
It's-
thing. Hey, let's go through this
Yeah.
valley
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's-
where there's no
when
one
it-
around.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Not let's do this in a crowd of people that already want to kill us.
Yeah.
Right.
It has worked. Just
It's
for
it's
a round.
helped.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it
worked.
has helped.
Don't beat yourself
Please-
up about it.
Please don't drop your concentration now, because I really rather need it for what I plan to do
Oh,
next.
It's 21.
Oh,
You're
yes.
good.
Good,
So
he's
for a
good.
moment, you all feel yourselves flicker a little bit. Those of you that are stealthing, but it manages to hold. Thorny, you bring it back as
Crouch out.
this pain shoots through your veins.
I just saw something. No, you didn't.
And then you're trying to use the rest of your movement to what? Are you heading towards Claro and Nolus, or are you heading in a different direction?
Just trying to further. Well, as I'm not camouflaged anymore, just camouflage in the crowd.
Okay, so the crowd is
Legging it at like 35 feet.
fine. So if you
To
want
the
to, you
best
can get
hiding
close to
position.
these guys. Or to the other alternatives are that you head to the east, which is further away from, or which gets you closer to the farms, or you head west, which gets you closer to the lift. Basically.
I'll head to those guys, that's fine.
Fine. Okay, so you run. You can get just a little bit past them because you've got more speed.
Holding off the island.
Okay. After you, Thorinir. The one. So one of the guards obviously is lying now dead on the floor. The other one that was readied in that area is now pointing to where they've all left. That way! That way! And he notices everyone's fallen on the ground, and he just hesitates for a moment. He could easily reach you with his movement, but he's just hesitating, kind of waiting for his friends to get up. But again, he's got an action ready should anyone try and attack him.
Okay.
Regarding the stairs. After him, we go to Claro.
Cool. Says to the rest of his companions coming up on him, cover their retreat. And again, he flings the next arm, his right arm this time. Fingers fly, and he fires them up top at the other guard at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
It is an instant hit. So there we go. 4, 2, 3. So that's 9 plus 3, 12 damage.
Okay,
Nice.
this guard again gets struck all three,
Nice.
seeing the arrow and arch and hit him at the same time. And they just blast him off the porch, knock him off the veranda, and he falls to the side into the mud. Out of your eye line, you're pretty confident you've killed him, or at least put him through some concerning moments.
Cool.
We do like concerning moments.
Yeah. Green energy comes from wherever his body came from and comes back to Clary.
Oh, sucking the souls out of these guys.
Nice. Anything would you like to do, Clary?
Oh, Temple of Doom.
That'll do, I think. So he's going to stay where he is from this kind of distance position, covering the stairs.
Okay. We go to the guards that are on the floor. They're both going to stand up, which uses half their movement, and they're going to both. You see them both emerge outside on the porch where the other two are. They look down and notice that both of the others are now on the floor, and they're looking out. Look out, guys! Look out! And they run. They use their second action. They use their action to run. So where you are down an alley, one particular alley facing south to north, and then you've got to the town hall at the north side. They've run down a parallel alley that's behind a building just to your east. So there's a building immediately to your east, the one you were considering climbing, and then behind that is where they kind of disappeared to. You can see around both sides of this building, so it's not a long building, it's 20 feet long. You can see they disappeared the side furthest away from you, and they haven't emerged the other side, so that you assume they're parallel to you behind the building just to your east. Yeah?
Cool.
Zolan,
So how many are left in here with me?
you've got one holding you, staring at you, trying to look at you.
Yeah.
One who's fallen prone on the floor, and then you've got the merchant stood at the doorway.
Right, can I try and
And
break free?
You've also got everyone else. So Campbell,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, the trade route.
Is Umber still alive?
He's sat at the table,
Bleeding.
bleeding
Why don't you
profusely.
He's so dumb you could probably recruit him, but I won't try that.
You notice a lot of red patchiness all over him as
I
well.
think he's done
They're
for.
not long for the war, are they?
No,
You
yeah.
need to
I'm
worry about
going to
them.
try and break free. How would you like me to roll?
How would you like to roll so you can choose athletics or
20?
acrobatics?
Acrobatics, which I'd love to roll a 20, 25 off this 20-sided dice would be great. Do I get any form of advantage as I'm invisible? I'm super wriggly
He's still got hold of you, though, hasn't he?
while I'm invisible.
Yeah, he's got hold of you. You're invisible. It's probably neutral.
14.
It's good enough. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So you managed to wiggle free from him.
Yeah.
As
12 break
yeah.
free.
Am I gonna be making a dex
and
to leave this greasy
No.
patch?
You're out, mate.
Still gotta get past the door.
Alright.
So I'm gonna pull out my light hammer.
Jeepers.
Very light hammer.
It's very small, it's like a pen hammer.
Roll a d12.
I'm gonna rub it on my on my jeans.
Roll a d12.
And I'm rubbing it that much that it actually lightning's crackling off the end of my pen hammer.
Oh,
I've
damn.
cast a spell called Arcane Weapon, and I'm just going to charge at the guy at the door. And on the way through,
lovely.
he's taking it.
Is that bonus action?
It's just a spell. It is a spell, Arcane Weapon, which imbues a weapon for an hour with a.
If it's not a bonus action, you can't attack him.
Well, because as a bonus action, you can change the damage. Just a spell.
Yeah, casting time, one bonus action. You certainly can, my
Oh, I
friend.
can do it. All right, there we
bonus
go.
action to use.
Huzzah!
Can I go beat him up then on the way out?
Your action really is you escaping the grapple, but
That's
you can use
fine.
your bonus action to cast the spell.
While I'm ready.
Yeah.
Do I have to?
That
Can
was
I?
lucky.
Yeah.
Can I do nothing then at the moment? I can't move,
You can move. Yeah.
but I can't
You
attack.
can get right up to it.
You
You
can't.
can run
So you've
faster.
used your action. You've used a
Still-
bonus action.
You've still got a move action.
How are we gonna take these guys out?
Oh, gee.
We got to take the stabby guy out because he was a douchebag in Calus. He was beating up all the little hobbits. I'm gonna head to the door.
Get out of there.
How much movement is it?
We can do them from out here.
10 feet.
We can do
Melissa will shout that.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
We can do them from out here.
I come outside, but there's still like another 2 guards outside the
You're
door.
gonna
It's
get
not-
your head kicked in that house.
I've got this guy.
Oh well.
10 feet, so you can get to there. You can get to there. Yeah.
I
I'll
want
try
his
that.
rapier.
Zolan, I've got this guy. Get out.
Fine. So that's the end of your turn?
Well, have I got past the bloke? Did he not get in? I thought he was in the doorway.
Yeah, so you'd have to use some kind of action to get through him, basically.
Yeah, I haven't got one.
So I can't get through him then, so I am stuck in the house.
You
Oh,
can
that's fine.
yeah,
then.
you're still in there, but you've cast your
Yeah.
arcane weapon. It was it arcane
Arcane
weapon?
weapon.
Fizzing
And
and
you
crackling in
escape
your
from the
hand.
grapple.
Yeah.
And you're just off of the grease patch, so you don't have to make
6
a dex check.
rounds.
After
gonna win
you,
these guys.
Zolan,
Can't even hit me.
we come back
I'm
round
old.
to Malkin. You're
Right.
currently invisible
I'm
on a
currently
porch.
invisible, and the only standing person is the merchant in the doorway.
Correct.
Right. Is he facing out or in?
He has turned back out because he
He's
took a
facing
swipe
out.
at
Well,
Thorny.
he can't see me anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm going to stealth along the wall. That's what I've been doing while all this has been going on.
Away
Stealthing-
from him,
No, towards him.
towards him, yeah.
And coming out of stealth mode, I am going to smack him across the face with my quarterstaff.
Sure. Well, I'm assuming one-handed each time because you're using bonus
Yes.
actions. Good. Okay.
Oh, at last, I get a
Plus
decent
D4.
roll.
Plus D4.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's still blessed.
That's 20.
Did you roll twice because you got disadvantage?
Oh.
Rules lawyer!
Howdy.
At the
I know
moment,
it's-
it's 25. This one is 10, 12, 17.
17's good enough.
Right. So that is.
I wouldn't want to cheat.
That is 1d6 plus 3 damage to the face.
The eyeball.
That's 8.
8.
Nice.
So you strike him right across the face
So
with this
I've
quarterstaff.
come up with him, sort of sidled up along the wall, and when he's filling the doorway, I've just swung it across like that.
Mhm.
Bam.
Crack him
Cracked
across
him.
Oh,
the
is
face.
it?
And just you can hear, you can all hear, even you guys 30 feet away, you can hear this
Is it lethal?
No,
notable
I'm going for a non-lethal attack.
crack,
but-
and it sounds like he's just hit a skull with a stick, which is exactly what's happened.
He doesn't have a cheek anymore.
And you just
Non-lethal.
crack him.
Crack in the
Non-lethal,
face.
but
His nose
seriously.
instantly bursts with blood. Just you've
Nice.
broken it straight away, and it just bursts with blood the second you hit him. He clearly, you can see his eyes roll right back. He hasn't gone down, but he's stabling himself on the doorway as you hit him.
With a follow-up, whack, follow-up, swing round with the open hand again across the face to follow up.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
On the roof?
Plus 1.
Do
Two
you
D4.
have disadvantage on
Do I have
your
disadvantage
reaction?
on my follow-up attack?
You have
The first attack has hit him.
you have disadvantage on. Bear with me.
It's not. This isn't a bonus action. This is a second action that I get because of my
Yes,
skill.
on all. And I've got to check this one. 291. Moment, please.
What did I just roll?
20.
The second one.
You've got disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
So it's not attack rolls. It's
No,
just ability.
it's just
checks.
ability checks. So it was. You shouldn't have had disadvantage on your last attack.
Nice.
So that was
Nice.
a
Yeah.
natural 20 then on that.
Yeah,
last
no, you're
one.
good. Yeah, you're
Which
fine.
means that. Hang on a minute. That means that the other ones that I.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I did roll
rolled
natural
one.
20.
Yeah.
So as you
Yeah,
strike him, and as you strike him with your, if you natural 20'd,
A natural 20 with the staff, the
Yeah.
first hit.
that was with double damage. That was enough to send him down entirely. And he stumbles at the door for a moment, and then after a second, he collapses to the ground.
Dead.
It was non-lethal.
I'm
Yeah.
skilled enough to be able to do that. Shut up, he's down, isn't he?
Start killing people.
Or start.
Okay.
So
Anything else, Malcolm?
I'll just I will just lean in through the door and shout, Zolan, it's clear, get out!
Okay.
And then I'm going to. No, I haven't got. Have I got movement?
Yeah, you were very close to him initially. You only had to move 5 feet to get in contact
Okay.
with him.
So then I'm going to head back down the veranda towards these guys.
Okay, slightly to the south. Yeah, you can almost get to them. No problem.
Okay.
When you get there, and also, and you didn't steal the rapier?
Zolan, grab the
I asked
rapier!
you for one thing. I don't ask for many things.
After Malkin, we...
Will I have time to grab the rapier?
Oh
on
no,
my
you've
way?
already done
Not
it.
now you're
You've
there,
already
no.
gone.
Now
You've
we've gone
already
to Nollis.
Cool. So who's still around? Lots of people are dropping.
Munty is just looking around. Oh my god! And you notice the farmer. Oh my! Everyone's just panicked and just looking at you guys, and
Is there still...
people are trying to keep low.
Is the crowd dispersed?
Everyone's screaming. They're panicked. Yes, everyone's just running in all directions.
And who is left enemies-wise, guards-wise? Is Zolan still in there?
You can't
Three
see
in
any
there.
guards at the moment. You did see
They're all
two
in there.
guards run just to your east, though, behind a building.
Yeah, it's the other two guards. There's only the one that was holding you that's still in there now.
I think there's one on the floor as well.
2 bronies.
Yeah.
Nollis is gonna... I don't know. How far away is the door from where I am?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet. Sweet. Nollis is gonna run over to the collapsed guy, the collapsed merchant, and steal his rapier.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So you look through and you can see two guards in there, one on the floor.
Through the door. Yeah.
You can see one on the floor and one stood up.
One on the floor,
As
one
you look
stood
in
up.
the room, yeah.
How far away is the one on the floor?
You have to crawl over chastity, you know. There's 4 bodies now there in that
Piling
very
up on
small
the door.
porch.
Great. He's loving it.
Yeah.
So he's picked up the rapier. As the guy who's prone, are they like melee close enough to shoot?
No, they're probably 15 feet from you, both in the building.
Cool. If I turn around and look behind me, can I see those guards going up the other?
Yes, you can. The two, as you look behind you, there are 2 guards that have run full pelt back around this building to the south. So they're now 20 feet from you. It looks like they're just about to emerge on the south corner.
Cool. He's going to knock an arrow and shoot one.
Sure.
Ooh, that's
dear.
a natural one. What's going on today?
Through your foot. Oh, and another one.
Oh, that's only out of 4, so that's not too bad. So that's a 2.
I tell you, you try
It's
and knock. You
It's
try
actually
and
7.
okay.
There.
You knock the arrow and you just miss to the left
Cool.
entirely.
To the left. I can't do anything cool because everyone's in the way. We're waiting for people to move.
At least you got the sword.
We are the worst group at running away. We're
Anything
not very good at
We've
it.
knocked a load of guys down though.
That's you, Norris. He's out.
If we tried to run away and we knocked a load of guys down, and we tried to knock a load of guys down and we were good at running away, we should.
The 2 guards that are in there see all this chaos happening in front of them, and one of them stands up first of all, and again, each of them is trying to. So one of them is just standing up and heading to the door. First of all, to Nollis. He may bump into you because that's exactly where you are. The other one is trying to see you, so I'm going to roll the one that's trying to see you first. Hopeless, and he's just totally cannot see a thing. He's looking around. I don't understand, Dylan. And Dylan, I'm going to roll to see whether he bumps into you because there's at least a 50-50 chance. Yes. So he runs.
Do I get an attack
heading
of
towards
opportunity?
you because you're
He's
on
taking
your
a trip.
bow,
Yeah.
and his head's right up to you, just bangs into you. Oh, he's here! He's here!
Do I get an attack of opportunity? He's entered my
Only if he
height
it's only if he leaves.
Oh,
If he
okay.
leaves,
It's only if he leaves. He just bumps into you, and it's just going to take a strike at you with disadvantage because he can't see you
Bring it on. Bring it on.
with his spear. He's not going to do it. I'll check to see if he got 1. No, 2 2s. So yeah, he just tries to. You see this spear's having to dodge. He's just trying to jab you each way, but he's jabbing a bit too high as well. 'Cause obviously,
Yeah.
you're tiny.
Obviously.
Then we come around to Thornir.
What can I see?
You are stood.
Absolute chaos.
So you're stood next to Claro and you're stood next to Malkin, and then just piles of bodies up by the veranda. People screaming everywhere. Faces that jump out at you. You see Foad, you see Mr. Afes, Mr. Bergax, you see Munty, all in different areas. Just the general expression on everybody is just complete shock.
And who's in trouble? You're in trouble.
I'm not in trouble. I'm I'm right.
As far as you know, he's in trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah, true.
There's a guard to your east, I believe, coming out of an alleyway.
There were two guards
Two guards.
that disappeared to this building, behind this building to your
completely
east.
failed
Have
to
I got
get
sight
shot.
of them?
No.
Can I move to get sight of them?
So you could 30 feet of movement would get you to a point where you could see around the corner.
I'll move
Yeah.
that way.
Okay. So as you get just to around that corner, he's right there in front of you. So they're both right there in front of you. One of them's ahead of the other one. So you move into melee immediately as you
brilliant.
have this guy to your left now.
Lovely. Well, I better scimitar him then.
And they've been running full pace as well.
Okay, well, so he gets totally, without rolling, stuck neck first on the scimitar.
Unfortunately, not yet. But we'll see how good your roll is.
It's a solid 8.
Solid.
Okay, an 8's not going to do it, unfortunately.
8.
Anything else you want to do, Thorne?
Can I roll stealth?
That was your action, so it was that, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
After Thorne, you've still got concentration held at the moment. We go to...
So I don't need to contest that, or...
Only if you take damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which-
Claro.
Okay, cool. Is he aware that Thorin is now in combat? Is this obvious?
Yeah, you can certainly see him make a strike. You can see him to your right,
Oh,
striking
screaming.
at somebody.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
He's a Han Solo running around the corner. Yeah?
he runs up the 30 foot to join.
To your right,
combat.
alongside him.
Yeah, he draws out his dagger, but it's not just his dagger. From the shadows that are around him, it sucks up energy, and what was a dagger is now a long, sharp black blade. So he's
People screaming.
clearly necrotic. That is Shadow Blade. That's a bonus action. And he has a swipe at one of them guardies in front of
Okay.
him. But this is going to get complicated. It is a finesse weapon of which I'm proficient in. So I don't have any melee weapon
So
system.
that means you roll on your dex rather than your strength.
Cool. So it'd be proficiency plus
Yeah.
my dice roll
Dexterity.
plus my dex. So
Yeah.
dexterity. Where's my proficiency bonus?
Right at
The
the top.
top.
Cool. So it'll be 4 plus my dice roll. Whoa. Cool. 15 to hit.
Nice.
15 to hit.
Yeah.
On the guard.
Yeah.
This one has a shield. It will not hit. He puts his shield up.
Okay.
Damn.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, you get +4.
Oh.
Plus D4.
Oh jeepers. Oh jeepers. Plus 2.
17.
17
Yeah.
hits.
No.
Right. Cool. So this dark black, it's essentially a black lightsaber, zooms down. Does 2d8 psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
1 plus 6. What am I rolling? Yes.
That's
Plus
D8.
6, 7 damage.
Plus your dex, maybe? Because it's your class as a melee weapon, and it's a finesse weapon.
It deals 2d8 psychic damage on a hit and has blah blah blah. It doesn't say that it has any other form of attack.
Okay.
Because it's not actually a physical weapon, it's a
It's like a
magical
spell
weapon.
Okay, cool.
And you just see this guy. Ah! He seems to feel this pain from somewhere else in his body that isn't where you injure him. It's very unnatural. It surprises you. It's a very unnatural reaction to being struck with a blade.
Lovely.
And again, probably quite surprising to yourself as well.
Yeah, well, he didn't expect a shadow blade, but he's pretty happy about it.
Zolan.
Seeing that Nonos has come in and tried to shoot an arrow, I feel that combat is on, and I've got a guy in front of me.
Yeah.
So he's going to take. He's
He's
the
currently
hammer.
jabbing blindly at space.
So would I give advantage out of the shadows with a thing? Would that be a form of advantage? Doesn't matter.
Is
I
that a
don't
general
know.
rule or is that a rogue trait only?
I have no idea.
The rogue trait is that you get a sneak attack damage. It's DM's discretion.
Yeah, I think
And we
attacking
have a
from
really
stealth.
nice DM.
Yeah, I think attacking from stealth is advantage.
Do you think?
It
That's
probably
fine.
is in there somewhere. It
I think
sounds
it
like
is.
it'd be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can confirm.
Go for it.
Nah, just roll
We're
it.
going for it.
He can only feel it, so he can't see him. So he's not going to see the swing coming, is he?
It would be a 16. It would be a 16, please.
A 16. This guy has not got a shield. It hits him.
Nice.
2d6.
Nice.
So that's 4 because I got -1. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah.
This was the guy on the floor, so this guy hasn't been hit yet. And so you strike him with this hammer. It seems to emit a force more powerful than you're used to. And he just, you feel this force strike him and just reverberate against him. And he just sees you as you emerge out of the shadows.
Nice.
Once again.
Is that enough to give Zolan the opportunity to be able to run for it?
Yeah, because you've got movement still.
I thought we're still fighting. The way I've looked at it is Niles has come in to carry on fighting. I feel like we're fighting.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to
Come
do?
in, fired some arrows.
I'm gonna have to go back in there, aren't I?
There's only 1.5 guys left. One's asleep and one's half damaged.
So you do what you want to do. What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm getting an attack of opportunity. I'm feeling strong.
Okay.
This is
You don't have to answer to us.
Zolan.
Yeah. I'm holding the ground.
Okay. So you're just standing at the
Colossus.
doorway,
Just stand there, yeah.
just fighting him in
Yeah.
melee. No problem.
We're slaughtering these guys. I've got nothing to worry about.
Okay, Malkin.
Jesus. Okay. So I'm standing on my own now.
Yes.
These
Yeah, Clara and Thornir run to
Clara
your
and
east.
Thorinir have run
Nolus run to the north. Up to the doorway.
up to the doorway.
Yeah.
Right. So I get the distinct impression that there's stuff. Contrary to my expectations, Zolan hasn't come running out through the doorway.
You've seen in through the doorway, though.
Yeah, I saw in through the doorway before.
So you know
I know
who's
there's
there.
guards in there, so I'm going to run back. Can I get past?
There's a whole pile of us in front of the door.
Who's blocking the door?
Me.
Yeah, a lot of bodies and Nolus.
And Nolus.
Yeah, the door blocker went.
Yeah.
When he gets there, he's like, "What do you not get about running? You forget the rapier, you go the wrong way."
I'm going to pull my dagger from my belt and fling it at the
Flame.
guard who is standing
Nice.
next to.
Nolus is going to duck.
Yeah, I should.
The one next to Zolan.
One next to Zola.
Yeah, fine.
I'm
The
going.
one that's just been struck with the
yeah,
hammer.
I'm going for a shoulder.
Okay.
I'm going for non-lethal, but putting
Go
him
ahead.
down. So that is.
Dex.
Doo-doo-doo.
Plus proficiency if you have
Ooh,
proficiency
That
in
is-
throwing
I
weapons.
do have
And
proficiency.
plus you get plus D4.
So plus D4, I don't think that's going to be needed. That's 20 plus my dagger plus.
You hit.
Yeah.
And how much damage do you do?
D4.
1d4 plus 3.
1d4 plus 3, nice.
Oh, that's only 1, so that's 4 damage.
Okay, it's good enough. The dagger goes into the shoulder, and coupled with the force damage, the impact from your hammer, it kind of falls back with the two happening almost simultaneously, and falls to the ground.
Now run! Everybody's dead, Malcolm. We've dealt with the situations dealt with.
Campbell,
Apologies,
please.
microphone.
Stop this! What is this?
Let's kill him next.
It is you, Nolus.
Oh, it's so
Oh, stick it
tempting.
down his penis.
So tempting.
Assuming that was the doctor.
So
No, that was
tempting.
Campbell
Oh,
with the man
don't
with
stick
liver
it down his
spots.
penis.
I think Campbell was in the room during that surgery. He was just observing.
Is there a guard
I think
still on the
that's
floor?
worse,
in
isn't
here?
I think so, yeah.
So in this room, you've got there's the guy that's just been
Yeah.
killed, in fact,
Yeah.
as far as you see it.
Yeah.
And then there's one of the guards still stood in here within somewhere near a patch of grease. And then you've also got Campbell Wood in there, you've got Dr. Gable in there, and you've got Umber sat at the chair still,
Bleeding out.
and you've got Scum and Peter that are at the table with their heads on the table.
Is there any way I can? I don't want to kill everyone in the room. Well, I don't want to kill 2 people in the room. Is there any way that I can knowingly get into an area where I could be roughly 15 feet around everyone else other than these 2?
So the way that everything's positioned, the door is in the centre of the south wall,
Yeah.
and then immediately in front of you have Zolan.
Mm-hmm.
Ahead of him, or behind him, is the one remaining guard that was grappling him.
Uh-huh.
And then to your left, you've got the long table. You've got the throne at the top of this room, at the far side of this room, and the long table where everyone was sitting and meeting is to your left, where you have the other 4 or 6 people potentially there.
Cool. So I'm going to run into the room, jump up on the end of the table.
Yeah.
So there's about 15 foot around me.
Yeah. Scum's head is on the table right next to you.
That's fine.
Give that a swift kick while
And then I'm going to try my best to blow up the building.
Okay.
We got there first.
We've all been waiting to do it. I was like, oh, let's hide in this building with all these guards. So I'm going to run and jump on the table. And then Nollis is just going to basically let out a guttural scream.
So in effect, if you're on the table, you're getting everyone but the guard if it's a cone in front of you.
No, it's a 15-foot cube around me. It's everyone
Fine,
within
yeah.
15 foot.
Okay.
So that would get the guard, right?
The room is probably 30 feet to the left-hand side of the door because it's a 60-foot wide building.
Okay.
So you've got 30 feet to your left, of which the whole table is. You can probably get nearly everybody at the table apart from Scum, but Scum looks pretty motionless at the moment anyway. Or you can get the guard and everybody but Umber.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll get the guard in there.
Yeah.
And he's just going to try and blow up the building.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's going to cast...
This currently would get Zolan as probably as well
no,
to
you
get
kill
everybody.
Zolan.
I'm feeling strong. I can take it.
No, he'll kill you.
All right.
Okay.
Don't do it.
So to get just the guard, you could get him by himself and ignore Zolan. Otherwise, the cube would get everyone around the table, but not the guard. Or you could get everyone but Umber and include Zolan.
Where's a battle map when you need one?
He's got us.
I want to kill Zolan. Cool, I'll get...
You've got a good second character, right?
I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
Mint. Okay. So what was the option, including the guard?
To include the guard, just the guard by himself.
No, I want the guard and as many people in the room as I can.
Everybody in the room, including Zolan, excluding Umber.
Hang on, doesn't
I'll
that
do
include
that.
me as well?
No,
You're outside.
You're outside at the moment.
So I'll do that. So I'm missing Umber, but I get everyone, including
Including
Zolan.
Zolan.
Cool. Right, he's going to do that. Sorry
Okay.
about that, guys. And he's going to cast Thunder Wave. He just lets out this guttural scream. A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature within 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So we'll start with the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I got this.
Should we do them? I'll do all the fails first. The guard. Then we're going to do Camber. 11. Don't think that's enough. And 5. I think everyone's failed it.
Cool.
And then Zolan.
Roll in the bowl.
Oh, neck it. Oh, you got to neck it.
Nice.
That is a 16.
It's DC of 12, so yeah, you passed.
I get half damage.
Don't
That's fine.
celebrate.
I
Cool.
can take it.
Your
So
legs have fallen off.
then
But only one leg, so he passed.
I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, Destructive Wrath. You can use your Channel Divinity to wield the power of the storm with unchecked ferocity. Thank you. Bit of stuttering this in this late game. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use your Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. So I'm going to deal maximum damage,
So you get maximum.
which means everyone who failed this save takes 2d8 thunder damage, so it's 16 damage.
So
And
everyone
Zolan takes 8.
Okay.
Oh, easy. That's
8.
nothing.
So this huge
Yeah.
just reverberates, smashes out all the windows.
So-
The windows just go. Sound of glass just emanating from this
In
building.
addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you, and all
Okay.
other people are
The
pushed 10 feet
table,
away
the
from
chairs.
Can I catch Umber's hat?
you. And the
Can I
boom
pass?
is
Can I pull it out of
audible
the air?
within 300 feet.
Okay, so it
Whoa.
just smashes out probably some other windows nearby as well.
Some of
They're just by where you are. They're just bursting windows everywhere. There's huge and echoes in this craterous town that we're in as well, because we're in a bowl in effect. Yeah. Like a cannon going off. around him.
I've
in the doorway.
Nice.
22 HP.
Have you?
I'm a sturdy little fella.
All of your ears are ringing. You just lost hearing.
I
for the
didn't have
moment.
much hearing anyway. So.
Yeah. The table was blown back. Umber's blown into the wall because he's a part of a chair and table. And all of the characters that it hit. So you see Scum, just his limp body just flies across the room. He looked dead already. You see the guard fly back into the throne, land on top of the throne over sideways, next to where Umber would have been sat originally when you came in the first time. Camberwood, the old man, just up into the air, head smashes into the ceiling, skull cracks, falls back down.
He stayed there.
And Dr. Gable, the pig-faced doctor, just flies back into the corner of the room. His body cracks into the corner of it and just lies motionless.
Peter the rapist evaporates completely.
Peter also looked like was already dead or unconscious, and he blasts inside the room. You see now this blood that had come from him. Clumps of his hair had come out, and his skin is patchy all over, as with Scum. The room's just
Nice.
So I've still got 15 feet of movement. Can I run out the room in 50 feet and tuck Zolan under my arm?
You can kind of move him a couple of feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Get a bit closer,
push him
just nudge
towards
him.
as well.
Nudge him
I'm
a little.
very sorry about that, but these humans, they're really starting to wind me up.
He must have got thunder waved a little bit.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Mate.
You get moved 10 feet, actually.
Right, towards the door.
Towards the
Yeah,
door.
you get 10 feet
So you're
towards
out the door,
So
right?
he's practically next to
3
me.
degrees.
True. You see him blow out of the room. He flies past you, Malcolm, over your shoulder. You try and catch him. He's just too fast. Blasted over your shoulder, in face down
I
into
don't know.
the
I
mud.
rolled a 16 to try and grab him as he goes past.
You need an action readied, unfortunately.
Yeah.
God damn it! If you told me, I'd
Yeah.
have been ready with my catches in it.
Wow.
Should have shouted, "Catch him!"
He's dead.
Oh,
Thorinir.
Sorry, buddy.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
So I'm going to move 15
I'm
foot
in
before the door.
melee, am I?
You're in combat with these two people in front of you at the moment.
Who was suddenly
so they're-
distracted
so they're
by this
right- they're right
incredible
next to me.
boom.
Correct.
So I better swipe at him with my scimitar then, hadn't
Get him! Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
hello.
I? Nat 2
Damn.
0. Plus a 4.
Gonna hit.
Nice.
So if someone could lend me a D6, please.
Double D6, my boy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Rolling like a D6.
Like a D6. Like a D6.
8 slashing,
Nice.
please.
Okay. 8 slashing damage. You strike him, and he, as you slice at him, you take a chunk, and you're confident you've hit him right in a vital organ somewhere.
You're going
So it's
out
funny.
in a fucking ambulance. Is what Thorinir says.
He starts to
as
plug.
goes down.
Plug into "Oh, get back! Get back!" He's talking to his friend. Get back! He just stutters back and almost falls into his friend. His friend looks around him, notices the situation he's in. You've still got a bit more to do.
There you got movement.
Okay, well then I better back up
Back up.
slightly.
Yeah. Any distance in particular away from this other guard? There's only one guard left that you can see.
Just far enough away that I'm not in melee, I guess.
Okay. Fine. This other guard actually missed his turn, so he's gonna squeeze him in here. He's looking around now at that blast, and he sees these bodies and these people flying out of everywhere, and he was about to come for you guys, and he just holds his spear there. Leave us alone! What is this? And he's just turning around because he's got Zolan on the floor behind him. He's seen this explosion in Nollis.
Came out
He's
of
got you in front of him with magic users.
Called from a champagne bottle.
Let us out of here!
Us?
That's all he's saying. Clary,
Is he disengaged?
at the moment, yeah.
Cool. So Clary backs up 10 foot And just throws his sword at him.
Oh.
Shadow blade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Please be good. It's 13 plus 4, so 17.
That's enough.
Cool, that hits. 5 plus 2, we'll take that 7 damage.
Okay, fine.
Jeepers.
It strikes him. Please! Please! His mind pained, you can see it.
Cool. And as a bonus action, the shadow blade disappears, but it's stuck in his body and just appears back in Claire's hand.
Oh. Nice.
Very nice.
You're welcome.
Anything else, Claire?
No.
Zolan, you're face down in the mud. You're as you lift your head up, you're
with the
15 foot
worm.
away.
With a big gouge in it behind you.
Yeah.
There's a dead guard right next to you as well, also lying face down in the mud. As you look up 15 foot in front of you, there's this guard who's had a shadowy sword flung at him. And it seems to be backing away from people.
I'll have a little look this way. A little look this way. Another one that way. That's it. I'm just like, blimey, that's it.
You can still roll a stealth.
Okay.
No, I'm too I'm overwhelmed at the moment.
The five of you have this guy surrounded and can easily put him down if you choose to. But
Non-lethally,
he
please.
is not attacking as such. He's just almost cowering with his spear.
Just leave.
But then word will, this is not us coming out of the shattered building. But then word will get back to Calus.
You can hardly hear him, all your ears are still ringing.
Word's going to get back to Calus that everyone's dead anyway, right?
But not as fast. This man reports to them.
Do you want to die?
No! There's blood coming out of his mouth. Everyone else has now run. There's no one around, even
gotta
Monty
stay
and the
here.
others. There's nobody around right now.
He's got to stay here. If he goes back, I mean, it's killed off any idea of a trade delegation. Sorry, Malcolm's running up and kills off any idea of a trade delegation. But if he goes back to Calus, we're dead. We're just going to be marked for life.
I'll leave this decision up to you. He walks up the steps. The guy who had the rapier sticks his sword through him.
Nice. He needed to die. You don't.
The shadow blade
Yeah.
just burns the body when
He
it
needs to
enters.
die.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So the merchant that had been non-lethal.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
We are already bandits, you may as well take his purse.
You look in.
I'm a gentleman, Norris.
I am not.
As you do so, you see Umber stood there in the centre of the room.
We stood.
You are very loud friends.
I guess I can see him, right? Just standing there with this necrotic blade.
He's
burning
still
through
got
his
the
body.
top hat. So whether it fell off and came back on, it doesn't fit him.
Umber, tell me, there's something strange about you.
You notice now that his skin is all blotchy.
Okay. You know what? You're fine. Just leaves him.
Okay.
Heal him.
And
He's
then-
an innocent victim.
Oh, I come back.
And
Pop
then,
it for the
yeah, and then
man.
there's the guard that stood in the alleyway, just bleeding. Let me live.
Let the people decide.
I'm
Let the people
gonna
decide.
clonk him on the head
Okay.
enough to knock him out.
Okay. You can do so easy enough with the odds are insurmountable for him at this point, and you can.
I'm just going to drop him where he stands.
We have come a long way since Gilbert.
Yeah.
That was great. Is Mr. Rayfed near?
If you just give me, if you got the remote, just press right on it. That's what we're doing. It's just on mine.
Woo!
Shit.
Technical difficulties.
Mr. A Fest?
Nobody around at the moment.
the whole-
Everyone.
Oh.
Those that were around when that explosion
It was
went
a,
off.
It was a panicked mob as it
Ran.
was, and then it
Yeah.
just blown up the centre of town.
There's no screaming or anything. Everyone's seems hidden somewhere.
We should go to Felad's place.
I think we should leave.
I think we should leave.
I think we should.
If we were all talking about leaving to meet up with Tessa, but Tessa's going to be dead. If we don't heal her and her other son, there's going to be nobody to meet in the mines.
20 days.
20 days. We have to
Right,
heal them.
We can roll
Otherwise,
decks.
Yeah.
We can go to Foads. We've got an
Yeah.
hour of this.
got
What have we spent?
Yeah.
Like
There's
3
nobody to
minutes?
save. We've liberated the town.
Yeah.
I think
After a
What we've
fashion.
done, we've charged in, we've blown things up
Yeah.
without a contingency plan. We've wrecked this thing.
We was asked to make sure, and we was asked to make sure that
That's
the
the second
delegation.
US Army comment. But
I think we've more A-teamed it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Nobody died in the A team. That was the whole thing about the
Yeah.
A team, wasn't it? You A team.
they always got up.
was
and
we,
went,
yeah,
"Oh,
we
you
didn't.
okay?"
We didn't A team it.
We're going to have words about this, you
Yeah.
and me.
We're racked.
We have liberated this town with no contingency plan. They're just going to run feral against each other.
Well, that's for
They
them.
were kinda
that's
doing
for
that
them to
already.
decide.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We've done what we came to do, which was to
Save
to,
the people.
to
I agree, we
stop-
hang him.
He's already gonna die.
Let's take him to Foad.
I agree.
Unconscious. Take him to Foad.
Whatever we do,
Yeah.
let's do it quickly. People will have
Yeah.
heard the bang, they will come.
That's fine.
If
No,
there really are
okay,
bandits,
okay,
who
okay.
knows? They will use this place as slim pickings now.
There aren't any
No,
bandits. Let's go. Okay, take him to
Let's
forest,
go to
leave him
Forest.
there, and do what we need to do. And get out of town. Okay.
sounds good.
Okay.
So you're heading to Foad Galax,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
stealthily.
Dragging a
No,
body.
we roll. It was we still.
are you dragging?
Oh
a body?
yeah, just a body just floating
Yeah, we
around.
are,
yeah.
What's this?
Of
We don't
the-
really need to be
the
stealthy at
Guardians
the
No,
moment.
we
dead.
don't.
Okay.
He's knocked out.
We don't really need to be stealthy at the moment. There's no one
No
around.
one's going to mess
True.
with
Yeah.
us.
Fair enough.
No.
And we would take this moment to conclude this week's episode.
Bloody hell.
It's hot in here.
Yes.
The
Oh, I got to throw my shadow blade. I'm desperate to do that.
we will. Well, what an event!
What an event.
I think that was more of a success than we think it is. I think it's actually.
Actually,
I
no,
don't.
I
Yeah.
agree. We did. We destroyed the
Every group of them
trade agreement.
getting on in
Yeah.
life.
The building, everyone's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Well. You know,
This
we
is the
did what we
definition
could.
of a fresh start.
Yes,
I think.
absolutely. Absolutely. The corrupt government is
Yeah.
gone. The trade delegation is no more. They can throw off the shackles of Calus.
Yeah.
All we got to do is kill Galak, right? And then
Yeah.
they got a fresh.
I think Galax. Well, Galax actually going to propose to be the new governor, wasn't he? He had the flyers about why he should be governor. So there's no he's not going to
that's
swoop
it.
in
He's
like with a
gonna put it
coup. I
to-
don't
He
think.
wants to put
Welcome
it
to the
Hopefully,
after show.
Yeah.
If only they had
Democracy.
something
This
discernible
is
to
all
trade.
this is all the chat that's going on while we're dragging this body along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg's,
yeah.
Greg's assess. We just destroyed the economics of a small place and blew up their
Well,
government.
yes,
building.
well, it's like he says, definition.
Good
of a
show!
fresh start.
Jolly good show, everyone! Bloody good!
It's, we've sorted out the conflict between the two farms because now they've got nothing worth fighting over.
Yeah.
And the elves aren't going to expand anymore because some
no,
of them are dead.
Even if Calus sends another delegation, they're going to turn up here. They're going to find nothing that they want, and they're going to bugger off back home again. And they're not. Nobody's going to know it was us that did it.
And on that, a job well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Job well done.
It's a multi-sweaty palm slapping.
On you, Jack.
Everybody's moist.
Job well done.
Good work, mate.
We did it. Save Broga.
Save Broga from itself.
With that,
What's left of it?
with a very dragoony interpretation of saving a town.
Yeah. That was a success.
Once again,
You got 3
a reminder: we will not be around next week, but the week after will be a particularly special week. It'll be a seminal moment in die rolling.
It's Jack's birthday.
Woo!
Oh, Jack's
It's not that.
Hills have been.
It's not that big. Yeah. We have been.
We get
pink lemonade.